Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Coming this summer, Taurosaurus will floor us, as more of us implore us to show us the lore. Us. Taurosaurus vs. Gordy, coming this summer. Rated PG-33. No one under the age of 33 will be admitted without a parent or guardian. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream.
No charity.
And we are live! Thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. Is it not showing up? There should be a new redeem. Oh yeah, it's titled Breathe. It's not titled after Chia, because what it is, I finally made a reminder for me to breathe. And it involves Chia. So if you gotta be responsible in how you use it. If I start to need to breathe tonight, then you guys know what redeem to make. So yeah, so for those who didn't hear, the video game voice actor strike is now over, and I had met Aaron Fitzgerald, Chia's voice actor, at a convention, and she had the thing where you could like record something with them. Thank you for the objection, Edgeworth, sir. May I have another? And so I recorded something, but the whole thing was that like she didn't want anything going online while the strike was going on, because like there was something where people were allowed to kind of scrub the internet for their voices to use it for AI, generative AI training. And so the strike is now over, so that's done. And she said I could like show it to you guys when the strike was over, so that's there, so you guys will be able to check that out. The very first person in the chat tonight was actually Dermo over on YouTube, saying, I'll probably be lurking as I have work to do, but good luck with the case. Thank you very much, Dermo. We also got Thanatos over there saying, hi, I feel bad for not being here a lot, but it's the week of our final exams of my uni, so I have to study. Totally understandable. Your real-world responsibilities take precedence over this stream, but I'm glad to see you here, Thanatos. Over on Twitch, the first person was Road Raisin. It's been a little while. How are you doing? Saying first, Yahoo! I assume you just say it like Super Mario. How are you doing? Oak says, hey, Longa, streaming with Nora at the moment. Oh, did Nora ever go back to speaking after what? Okay, we won't say what happened, because spoilers for Persona 4, but it was that thing that happened. You know, that thing happened, and it broke Nora. So, Nady Cat, how you doing? A little waving. Barry must not. It's been a little while since I've seen. Wow, we're seeing old faces here tonight. I feel like that happens during the summer. How you doing, Nady? Crystal with a Transformers check. Whirl. Okay, so I actually got Whirl. He's in a really hard to get shelf, so I can't see him. But he's an Autobot with one eyeball who turns into a helicopter. And if you believe the IDW continuity, he kind of indirectly started the wars. How you doing, Crystal? Nate with some more emotes. Vera saying, Whirl mentioned he was fun in Cyberverse. He was, huh? Oh, is that a Nora raid? Nora raid with a party of 5. Thank you so much for the raid. Vera or Crystal, would one of you be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Nora as I'm saying hi to everybody here in the chat. Oh, and hang on. Oh, there's the shout out clip. Nora, after what happened last time, do you still like Persona 4? Again, we won't talk about it because we don't want to spoil it for anyone here who hasn't played it. But I hope you enjoyed it. But on my little overlay that shows the bottom of the chat, I think I saw we had a first-time chatter. I got to scroll to find it here. Oh, there it is! Wow, my voice just cracked. I am excited for first-time chatters. Usually doesn't send me through reverse puberty. Schleem _ is saying, howdy. Hey, welcome, Schleem. I saw you followed me while I was offline. Thank you so much for the follow. I would... yeah?
Remember to breathe.
Okay.
Don't think, feel.
Okay, Chie. That is our new redeem. just got added for this stream to remind me to breathe. But Shaleem, I hope I'm saying your name right. It sounds like a product that they would advertise on interdimensional cable on Rick and Morty. I'd love to hear how you found us. Are you a fan of Ace Attorney? Did you see the shorts, the TikToks, or something like that? But how do you? So what it was? I asked Aaron Fitzgerald, like, can you just, as Chie, tell me to remember to breathe because chat's always getting on my case. And then she did that. She added the don't think, feel type of thing. And so then, yeah, I made that. I hope you guys like it. With so many people here, we will start the game. If there's people lurking, I will start the game. Shaleem, our new friend here, welcome. We should give you the link tree with all the stuff. Let me give you, I don't know if somebody already did, but there's a link tree that includes a Discord invite link, my TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, where you're at, everything. Feel free to make use of it or ignore it as you see fit. It's just there should you feel so inclined. Queen Katie says, howdy, Queen Katie. I saw you fix something. I didn't have time to read it before we went live on Discord, but I hope you're excited. Nada Cat and Raisin doing some emotes. Oak said, nobody redeemed Chie without me. Oh, crap. Was Oak here? Did Oak miss it? Queen Katie said, by the way, I just checked and currently lurking in Nora's stream. She's about to get the bullet moment in the finale case of the first game, not including Rise from the Ashes. Ooh, exciting. Crystal said, ooh, sorry, I was trying the new mod view in mobile, laughing. Vera said, boo, I don't think it's there. Bumble says, hi. Vera said, oh my gosh, no way. I can wait for Oak to come here for it. Queen Katie said, finally, we can give Logan air. Oak says, thank you, the goat. Cyber says, disturbing the peace. Bumble says, we have hydrate, and now we have airdrate. Or would it just be aerate? Oxygenate? I hope all this rambling with chat isn't chasing away Shaleem. I promise we do play the games. Crystal says, look into my eyes. There's Hidden Hand with Lol. How you doing, Hidden Hand? Cyber says to Crystal, now tell me the things you're blabbing about behind my back. I don't know how to... I never pay attention to lyrics and I never get them proper on Persona. Queen said, by the way, Logan, warning in advance with the pa-pa-pa.
DWM here. At Nora's stream, Puzzles tried to date Nora's mom BC. She makes good grilled cheese and is a MILF. She ticks all the boxes.
Those are your boxes? Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits and for the boo. Those are your boxes that she makes good grilled cheese and is a MILF. See, I don't go for MILFs, and chat, as much as I love cheddar cheese, I don't like grilled cheese sandwiches. I love it if you want to microwave some melted cheese on a flour tortilla, but that is a quesadilla, not a grilled cheese sandwich. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. Oh, I'm going to read just a couple more comments in chat. I just want to get to where Nora's raid started, then we will load up the game, I promise. But Queen Katie said, by the way, Logan, warning in advance, we might jump into a mine chest very soon, the final one at that, which worries me. We just had a mine chest last time, but this will be the last one of the game. Maybe it'll be nice, it'll be done with, because it's hard. Quick said, how does it look, your rating so far to Crystal? There's Shaleem saying howdy, hey, and there's the raid. Over on YouTube, Thanatos said, probably I'm gonna be writing a lot, but today I just have an essay, so I can watch while I do it. May we ask what the essay is about? Opinion, how you doing, says, hello. There's another stream I was watching, but Eustace will appear in this case, and she's more important, but if I ditch early, that'll be why. Well, I'll try my best to get to Eustace then. And Wonder, how you doing, Wonder? Saying Persona. Huh?
I sound like an a-hole that I did a bit and ran with it. Confession. I don't even like toasted bread.
You don't even like toasted bread, but apparently you will lie about that because you like Nora's mom so much. You wanna get with Nora's mom so much that you'll claim that you like toasted bread. I see what's going on here, Vero. But thank you for the 10 bits. Oh, and last thing here, there's a poll that just appeared on Twitch saying, is mobile poll working? The options are yes, nuh-uh, Logan should breathe, Rightworth rules, and I'm gay. I'll vote Logan should breathe because I do think that is generally a good thing. Let's load up the game. I'll be back to the chat soon. I should mention to Shaleem the rundown and everything. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, we're alternated between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and the other one, Metaphor Refantasio, a JRPG from the makers of the Persona series. And I do read every comment in chat, Shaleem. As you can see, I already get behind. We are 10 minutes into stream, and I'm probably at least 5 minutes behind in the chat. I hope you haven't regretted your follow and ran away. As we're waiting for this to load, I'll see there was Nora's raid saying, Nora's raiding in, we hope her tears don't mess up your stream. And Vera says, Nora, raid, we will stab you. Queen said, Nora, did you already get the bullet thing? And Nora says, no. All right, we made it. We're in the game now. Oh, and ValTube's on YouTube saying, hi, ValTube. And the poll is done saying Logan should breathe with 44% of the vote. Okay, so last time we found out that 2 people kidnapped Sean. threw Sean in like a big trunk, and then took this taxi somewhere. So now we are investigating that, looking into it, trying to find out who they were, where Sean was taken, try and find some lead. I think we also at some point need to find out like what the heck Eustace is up to. But let's just kind of go with this for right now. The two men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them? Boy, did they. A giant... Oh, no, that's right. This guy's going to be Shuichi because he's a taxi driver. Yeah, boy, did they. A giant case. Wasn't easy getting that thing in the trunk, I tell you. Oh. That settles it. They must have been the kidnappers. Where did you take these two men, if you don't mind me asking? Hey, look, I can see this is important. How about... Oh, hey, we're going to wait for the TTS.
I have come to remind Logan, you bring us joy. You make your streams feel like we're hanging out and playing games in a basement. You even feed us with a trough of Ovaltine and a ladder of chicken nuggets.
Ooh, a ladder.
Thank you for being such a great guy. Stay lonely, my friend.
Well, I don't want to stay lonely. I know that's become my brand. I would like a girlfriend. I just don't know how to find them. Sometimes I feel like I'm that guy from the meme, you know, the one that's like mining in the tunnel that's going and then turns back all dejected, and there's the diamonds right on the other side, but instead of diamonds, it's just like a girl, but she's probably dead because she's buried underground, but it's still a girl. But thank you so much for the TTS Rukov. How are you doing? And thank you for the kind words. I'm getting better at taking compliments. Yeah, how about I give you a ride there? That's a great idea. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, thank you. My pleasure, folks. Investigation complete. Room. And remember, unless you're Shuichi Saihara, do not hit any hookers with your taxi. April 6, 12:57 p.m. Question marks. Did he have to drive that fast? Feel kind of queasy. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself. I'm fine. The driver said he took the men to the garage on this house right here. Which means this must be where they brought the case. No way! Look at the name on the mailbox. It's gonna be Winter. It's gonna be Excelsius Winter's house. That's probably what it is. He's probably some of Excelsius's goons. And he's probably still like masterminding things, pulling some strings even from detention. The name? What? Oh, I was right! Excelsius Winner! This must be the chairman guy's house. What? Excelsius Winner ordered Sean's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest? So he probably also is like, he's like powerful and influential. He probably has blackmail material on everybody. He's probably the one that had all the evidence disappear. Well, did we claim the evidence actually vanished, or did Gavel hide the evidence, huh?
Why does he have a 1,000-yard stare?
Because those goggles give him telescopic vision, and he can see 1,000 yards away. If you could see that far, wouldn't you be curious to check it out to see what nobody else around can see? Also, he's dead inside. But mostly, he's got really good vision with those goggles. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero. Nice! The garage door is unlocked. We can steal stuff. You spotted that quickly. Although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. I want to see what his garage looks. Oh, there's him! Oh, it's a cool motorcycle. That's right. You just mentioned he has a motorcycle because of his jacket. I think this is our first time seeing. And it has a skull on the front, just like his burn. You know, I want a headcanon that because the burn he probably got. I bet he got it from like burning to death Rosie Ringer's spouse, boyfriend, lover, whatever it was. But it'd be really great if the reason why it's shaped like a skull is because it was just a hot day outside and that skull is made of metal and he tripped and fall and like hit his chin and like scorched a skull brand in his chin. What is this thing? We got like drills and shovels and mallets and what is that? It looks like a sheathed boomerang. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winner Senior must be something of a motorhead. Also, this is weird. We don't usually see this type of a view. This is like an Ace Attorney type of a location. We got sprites that get to walk around. Why are we looking like this? I'm assuming we're going to click everything, but maybe, I don't know. Anybody home? No. Anybody? Well, Eustace should be, right? What are we, K? Common house thieves? You take that back. We're great thieves.
Great house thieves, and don't let me ever hear you say different. Have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth.
She didn't like that at all. Well, okay, yeah, we're showing sprites this way. All right, we're just doing this Ace Attorney style. We don't get little dudes. I should read some more in the chat, even though there's no music. I was waiting for some music, but I'm getting farther behind in chat. Queen Getty says, wow. Nora says, not this clip. Nora says, yes, P4 is good. Shleem says, it's me, Dedotated from YouTube. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, welcome to Twitch then. I like saying dedotated, so I will probably keep calling you that here on Twitch as well. I hope that's okay. But welcome. So you already know the deal then. You've been here before. Oak says, I'm very excited to get to December 5th. I never can remember what days are anything on the calendar in those Persona games. I'd have to look it up what December 5th was. Oak says, it's so perfect. Vera says, aw. Oak says, holy crap, this is amazing. Nora says, chie. Vera says, don't think, feel. Quiggy said, aw, that's so cute. Said it actually moves the mouth. Wow, I animated them. I downloaded a pack of chie sprites, which had all of her different mouth shapes. And I did my best to lip sync them up. I hope it looks good. I spent time on that. Oak says, this is incredible. Vera says, best redeem. Oak says, I need to make mac and cheese. That's what that redeem does to you. And Nora says, that's actually so amazing. Let me take a look over at YouTube real quick. See, Valtube says, I don't think I'd be here too long because I am obsessed with the 7th stand user. Oh, did Steel Ball Run just come out or something? Huh?
December 5th is the reveal.
Oh.
After the thing that happened last stream. That should be spoiler-free enough.
Yes.
Boo.
Ah! Okay, now I know what you're talking about then. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. What? Oh my goodness! Babanon! Gifted a sub to Nora. Now, Nora, is this your correct account that will be able to synchronize with Discord so you can access the Hey Hey channel and all that stuff? Babanon, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Nora. For those who don't know, we have a wonderful anonymous gifter in our community named Batmanon, who just gives subs to people. And if you get a sub, you get access to our wonderful bevy of emotes and the Hey Hey channel on Discord where you only can say Hey Hey. And the subscriber-only channel. I sometimes post content there. I should probably post the actual raw video of just Aaron Fitzgerald doing that audio like onto Discord so you guys can see that. But in the subscriber-only channel, have sub-only content.
No more smuggling Hey Heys.
No more smuggling Hey Heys. No more contraband Hey Heys. But I mean, that type of stuff is fun too. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate it. But yeah, Valtube, what were you talking about? 7th stand user? Is that one for Steel Ball Run? Did that come out? Are you off watching that? Thanato said, my essay is about the 13 design features of speech. Design features of speech? I'm actually curious to know what these are. Linguistics in a nutshell. It's fun, but it's a lot of information. I'm gonna have to look up later what that is. I'm very curious. Let's play some more of the game until we get some background music because it is a little bit weird for me to just be reading chat without like anything in the background. It makes it sound like the game died or something like that. So let's play a little bit more. Anyway, it seems nobody's around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested.
Don't let your guard down yet. We're only just getting started here. Now let's find us some treasures beyond measures.
Aren't we supposed to be looking for Sean? Well, maybe that's his skull. Maybe Sean is dead. Oh, here's a case and bloody gloves and a skull. So there's the case Sean was in. Bloody. Actually, I think they might just be dirty. They might just be dirty red gloves. And then, yeah, that's the skull. But let's look at everything else first. Is this fertilizer over here? Oh, it's flour?
Look at these huge bags of flour, Mr. Edgeworth. If we add some water in a rolling pin, we can make us some delicious fresh noodles. I like them nice and firm, don't you? You have to boil them just the right amount. I don't know, looking at you, Edgeworth, you probably don't like your nudes firm. You're kind of older. You probably like your nudes a little bit limp and floppy. That's not flour, Kay. It's cement. All right, so, okay. Kay and I were both wrong. Okay, but now the cement, like the concrete, the cement, the whatever at the film shoot was all smashed up to look like footprints. But why have bags of cement here? I still think that only one of those footprints is relevant to the case, that probably someone had to dig into the dirt underground
to bury something or someone. And the other footprints were just to like camouflage it, so you don't notice anything particular about one hole, but if there's 3, it's like, there's just a bunch of holes. Maybe the cement was to cover up some area? No, because Chad, how long does it take cement to dry? There's probably different types that take different amounts.
Aren't we breaking and entering?
Yeah.
Why are we looking around like we own the place?
We are criminals now. This is what happens when you're unemployed like Edgeworth is. You turn to a life of crime very quickly. He's very easily persuadable by Kay. Because Kay was saying, okay, no stealing, only because Edgeworth is like a big and proper prosecutor guy. Now that he's like lower social status than her. So she gets to decide. So we are criminals now. But thank you for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. That's not flour, Kay. It's cement. If you mixed it with water, it would become very, very firm indeed.
Really? Wow. Cement noodles. Yeah, those would probably kind of stick in your throat, huh?
Just a little, Kay. Just a little. And then we have tools for smashing up concrete. We look at the hammer. Yes, we're going to, because it's time for that, so we gotta stop. Hammer time. There's a sledgehammer, a shovel, and a bunch of other heavy-duty tools here.
You're a heavy tool. Your duty is heavy. That thing makes Judge Gavel's hammer look puny.
It's not the size, Kay, it's how you use it.
If I ever become a judge, I'm getting one like this.
I doubt you'd make yourself very popular swinging one of those around the courtroom.
Task, really? Well, fine. What if I swung that shovel around instead?
Then it wouldn't be a courtroom. It would be a circus. Promise me you won't do that. He needs to hand her that circus certificate from that meme y'all showed me on Discord. Let's come to the 2 most important things are probably the trunk and the motorcycle. So let's do those 2 things last. Can we look at anything else? The door, these shelves? No. Can we look at these things on the ground? There's the glove. Yeah, let's do gloves, the motorcycle, and then that thing over there. Actually, we'll do the motorcycle just in case the gloves are part of the trunk. Motorcycle.
No way! This bike is super cool! There's even a skull over the headlight!
That's not, oh, it is. Is it blocking the headlight? Does that mean the light shines through its eyes? I was gonna say that's unsafe if it blocks all the light, but if it makes it look like a Ghost Rider headlight, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna read some more in the chat because I'm getting farther behind. I can tell. Cypher says, "Yo, Logan, you gonna play the Rido remake when it comes out on the 16th?" I'd like to eventually. I'm definitely not gonna do it when it comes out on the 16th, because it's on the Switch 2, right? I don't have the Switch 2 yet, and it'll probably be quite a while before I'll be able to afford it. So I don't know if it's on other platforms. If it's other platforms, I might be able to get it elsewhere. But I've got like such a backlog of other games. It looks interesting. I think I'd like to eventually play it, but it might take a little while. Are you excited for it, Cypher? Nora said, I should do that with voice actors I meet. Oak says, and it's green like Chie. Wait. Oh, the little button. Yeah, the button is, because I was so hard to pick a Chie sprite, because I use a green screen, a chroma key for it. And so many of her sprites are green. Nora said, you're so crazy. Lucky that you met Erin. She's so amazing. Rast, how you doing? Says, sup. I am so tired. Why? What's got you tired? Have you been busy? Nora said, Vera was trying to date my entire family. That's even less allowed. Vera said, next thing you know, you're setting me up with Logan or Oak's mom. Well, the problem is, Vera, I don't make grilled cheese sandwiches and I'm not a MILF. I'm like nothing in the MILF. I am not an and no one would ILF me. So it's like, yeah, I don't think I check any boxes. Queen Katie said, yeah, as soon as I popped into Nora's stream, Vera said they were dating me. I was flabbergasted, says Queen Katie. Oak says to Vera, my mom's happily married and 66 years old. Nora says, Dawn is nice. Cypher says, I've met a good few voice actors such as Yuri Lowenthal, Alex Lee, Dave Wittenberg, and Christopher Sabat, to name a few. That's awesome. The only name I don't recognize is Dave Wittenberg. I'm sure I'd probably recognize his voice. But who has he played, if you don't mind me asking? Cypher says the first 2, I'm sure you know. I know 3 of those. Christopher Sabat, of course, plays like on Dragon Ball Z in the Funimation dub. He's Vegeta and Piccolo. He's All Might in My Hero Academia. He plays like a ton of different characters in like all sorts of anime. Oak said, and also she doesn't make good grilled cheese or any grilled cheese for that matter. A poll just appeared on Twitch saying, paid, who is the bottom? Edgeworth or Phoenix? Says Phoenix the top bunk, Miles the top bunk, they share the bottom bunk, they share the top bunk. I love bunk beds. Oh, I do like bunk beds. I'm gonna say they share the top bunk. That they just end up sword fighting a lot because they can't decide on anyone to be the bottom. Is that the proper term? Sword fighting? Is that gross term to use? Anyway,
There's even a skull over the headlight.
I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on. All right, I'm going to turn it on. Ooh, hey, baby skull face. You come here often. Ooh, I dropped my keys. Bend over, showing off the bottom. Yes, did that turn on? The skull. Did it turn it on? Don't worry, chat. I realize that nothing I do is a turn on. Huh?
I'd like to clarify I submitted this poll and I was not in fact talking about bunk beds, but this is better, so we'll take it.
So you weren't talking about bunk beds. I assume there was nothing dirty going on there. There was just about bunk beds. But thank you very much for the clarification, Oak. And the 10-bit. Oh crap, did I speak over a boo? I think I spoke over a boo because I didn't hear a boo. But thank you very much, Oak. I appreciate that. All right, let's play a little bit more here. I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on.
Really? Wow.
What? Oh, Batmanon gifted a sub to Bumbo! Thank you, Batmanon! Thank you for gifting the sub to Bumbo! Bumbo! You're back! You got the emotes, you got the hey! Thank you so much. Hang on, I gotta have a sip of water. We're almost a half hour into stream somehow, and I'm getting thirsty.
All right. Really? Wow. I bet it's still nothing compared to when you get that steely glint in your eyes.
My eyes don't actually light up, Kay. I don't know, maybe Edgeworths are bioluminescent. You ever thought about that, Miles?
Look, a treasure.
Let's see. Oh, it says death. At first, I just saw eat. I saw eat and duh. Like, eat. Yes, death. These are mechanics gloves, and they've got dirt all over them. Almost as if someone was using them while burying bodies or making kaiju footprints. I'd like to think that the other glove probably has a different message, a more positive one. That just the left hand is death. And then the other one over here is like alive. They're designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or working with machines. Oh, and the poll is done. And Phoenix in the top bunk won with 77% of the vote. The second place was a tie between They Share the Top Bunk and I Love Bunk Beds with 9% each. Oh, contributing. Oh, crap, it disappeared. 140 channel points. There we are. Thank you very much for the poll. I appreciate that.
They're covered in oil that looks like it must be from a machine, too.
And strangely, dirt. An awful lot of dirt. And what are these like fragments of things? They look like glass or maybe chunks of... They look too smooth to be concrete, but I don't know what it's supposed to represent. I doubt they would have gotten like that for motorcycle maintenance.
I hate the guy, but I have to admit, I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to borrow them?
I was about to take them into evidence, but I'm not so sure that's a good idea. Mechanics glove data jotted down in my organizer, meant for motorcycle maintenance, but currently covered in dirt for some reason. Okay, so I guess the little chunks of whatever on them weren't important. Okay, so the trunk is probably going to move us on to the next part of the story. I just want to make sure that we've clicked everything else. Also, I should probably just be saving periodically, because as I said, we're about a half hour into stream. Haven't accomplished jack squidoo, but should still save periodically. Just good practices. And we'll take a look at the trunk. I think we know what this is. So is that, do we know for sure that that is the trunk? I mean, I guess it makes sense if we followed it here. So we should check to see if there's like stray hairs in there. Maybe some of Sean's hair. Maybe Sean's corpse is still in there. We should look. Get a look in while the corpse is still warm. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Mr. Powers told us was stolen.
They folded little Sean up, packed him in there, and shipped him all the way here, huh?
I mean, he's a little guy. You don't have to fold him. You can just crumple him a little. He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible he's why? Thank you for the secret redeem. Atlantic! How you doing, Atlantic? I guess that means I should read some more in the chat. Welcome, Atlantic. Thank you for the secret redeem. Cypher says, Dave Wittenberg voices, oh, Kakashi Hatake from Naruto. I know Kakashi in the English dub. And Dave Wittenberg voices All Might. I assume you on the second time you meant to say Christopher Sabat voices All Might from My Hero Academia in the English dub. Okay, so I do know who, I know Dave Wittenberg's work. I just didn't know what his name was. Vera says, laughing. Oak says, testing reply feature. Nora said, Vero also tried to date my brother when they found out my mom was twice their age. Oak says, it works. Cypher says, where's my all of above vote? Shake my head. Nora said, how to reply feature. Oak says, hold on message. Nora said, oh my gosh, it works. That's the thing. So Queen Katie, I think it's Queen Katie first mentioned this on Discord, that I guess Twitch mobile.
Oh yeah, where does Seekers rank in the sound alert loudness scale?
Good question. I'd say probably third place, because you got light mode, objection, Seekers is probably after that one. So I forgot to mention that before. Yeah, so thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. I hope that helps you with your wiki. What was I saying over there? Someone was saying something. Oh yeah, so I guess Twitch mobile has now added the ability to reply to individual messages. Why was that not already a feature? How did it take them this long to add that? But good on you for being able to do that. Avira said, not a problem with age, more so that I'm the age of your brother. So why not? You know, that is a good reason to date anybody. Why not? Why not? But you know what? There you go. You're keeping your options open. You can date Nora's mother or Nora's brother. Crystal says, my bad. MB for my bad. Nora said, crying face. Oak said, reply on mobile works. Nora said, Crystal. Quick said, also, for sure, we're getting a spoiler clip tonight, probably after this moment here. I have no idea what. Okay, so obviously there's going to be some type of a twist here. It's probably going to be like Eustace will burst in and do something, because this is his house, right? And Crystal says, meow. Over on YouTube, let's see, Thanatos. Here we go. The 13 design features of speech said, if I have to explain it easily, is 13 features common in language, even in the animal one. Ooh, interesting. Said, although of the 13 animals only share 9 with us, if I remember correctly. Is that because animals don't have like vocal? Is it that they don't have vocal cords or a voice box? It's something like that they don't have, right? Valtube says, Excelsius being a motorhead killed me. You know, everybody's gotta have hobbies. I mean, it goes with like the goggles and the leather jackets. I approve. Thanato said, things like productivity. That means saying a phrase never said before and still understanding it thanks to the familiarity with each word separately. That's an interesting thing to think about. I like that. Said, it's a lot, honestly. This sounds fascinating to me. So I hope you're having fun with the essay, Thanatos. Okay, let's get back into the game for a little bit. And it's possible he is still here.
Then we better find him. My reputation as a great thief is riding on this, and yours as my assistant.
Well, with the dirt and cement, I'm thinking Sean is probably in the backyard. Under the backyard. He's probably dead and buried. He's a dead kid. But he was kind of mean, so it's probably fine if he's dead. Sigh. Sure, it is. Kathunk! Is this Eustace? I bet it's Eustace.
Kathunk, ow. Oh, I just fell down the stairs and said an onomatopoeia while doing it. Oh, I onomatopoeia'd a little bit. I got scared.
Huh?
There's somebody in the back there! Thud, thunk, oh, clatter, 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 what's the matter?
Sean, is that you? Oh yeah, it could be Sean. I'm not sure what. I think it's Eustace. I think if Sean is somewhere here, well, maybe he's tied up and is like clattering on a chair. Let's see.
Sean, stay right there, we're coming! Please don't be dead. What?
So that's, okay, so it's not Sean, so it's gonna be Eustace. What, tied up? What? Oh, okay. That is not what I thought he was just be like getting a snack. He lives here. But, Mr. Winner! So, was it Eustace who was thrown in the trunk? I'm still gonna run on the assumption that these are Excelsius's men. Because otherwise, if you kidnap someone, you don't take them to their own home. Maybe, what if Excelsius has some like really evil dastardly plan? Like he's gonna blow up the big building or something like that to try and get rid of a lot of the evidence against him or something, I don't know. He's gonna blow up the big building, yeah? But he still like cares about his son even though he's like, you're dead to me or whatever the crap it was he said last chapter. And so he's like, you gotta keep him away from the big building. If you see him there, just throw him in a trunk. He's trunk size. Believe me, I put him in trunks a lot. I'm a terrible father. Just put him in a trunk and take him home. Okay, so I was right about it being Eustace, but wrong about this. How about the papa?
No, not the big Gaga building.
The big building. Thank you for the 10 bits. You know what? Pretty soon it'll be the big pile of rubble, or the small empty lot, something like that. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I gotta read some more in the chat. Nora said to Crystal, I missed you. Quickest said, is the taxi driver Larry from Pokemon? No, because Larry had this Tsumugi voice. But no, did he look like Larry? I bet he kind of... I mean, Larry had more, like, his hair, I think, was a bit floofier out there. But maybe. Oak said, why did Beef sound vaguely Scottish? I'm not sure. I missed that. Nora said, Logan, I can set you up with my mom. No, Nora, no. I'm not into moms. I'm sorry. I want to, for one thing, I want to start my own family instead of like just being handed somebody else's. I wanna work hard and accomplish my own family. Quicket said, test, it works for me too, yay! Cypher says, my mom is married, but if she gets divorced, I'll send her your way. Chat, I am not here to marry your moms. I'm not your new dad. Can I just be an uncle? Can you hook me up with your like hot single aunt instead? Or like a cousin or something? Why do I have to be with your moms? And Automod blocked Nora saying, sorry, I already hit a hooker with my taxi. Well, that's okay. It gave you a clue then. That's how it works. Quingita said, spoiler clip incoming now. Ras says, probably not a good idea. Also, yay, the reply works for me. Crystal said, already. Nora said, yikes, automated. Oak said, that depends on how old Logan is. He could be anywhere from like 25 to 50, and we would never know. Okay, I should let you know what the real answer is. I stopped aging. I tried it, like, a little bit after I graduated high school. I'm like, I'll try this aging thing for like a little bit, a few months. And like, no, not for me. So I just out of principle, I don't do it anymore. Oh, it's bad. And Queen Katie with a clip. Okay, so for anyone who might be lurking or who doesn't know the deal, Queen Katie and also a few other people are really good about making spoiler clips. So it's anytime in a previous stream, if I guess something correct, guess something way wrong, unintentionally foreshadow something or something of that nature, Queen Katie makes a spoiler clip to show later when it's answered. So we're gonna check that out now.
I knew it. You've looked 25 years old for the past 15 years and it doesn't make sense.
That's what it is. Wah! Thank you so much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. It's been longer than 15. It's been 915 years that I've looked 25. That's why I'm like so old fashioned. I'm like a Victorian. No, what, that would be like 1,000 years ago. That wouldn't be Victorian. When was Victorian England? That, I don't know. I know numbers, but I don't know eras. And wait, oh, hang on, I gotta get rid of this little chat window. I didn't know you could chat on clips. Was that a thing? Okay, so this is 7 days ago, titled "Knocking on the Best's Door." So let's check out what this spoiler clip is, and then we'll be right back to the game after that.
That imbecile! Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool.
He didn't abandon the case; he got put in the case.
I don't know if you realize this because I've been very subtle about it over the years. I consider being a fool to be a bad thing.
So we're gonna have to go over to Eustace Winter's house and pound on his door. It's like, get out of bed, Eustace. Oh, so that's all. He's just in bed. This right here is how he sleeps. It's like, you know how some people like a weighted blanket so they feel very secure? He likes ropes, binding him into, I call it the fetal position, but that usually has your hands like in front of you, right? But it's, you know, we don't judge him for how he chooses to sleep. So it's just that. It's just a thing. What you do in the privacy of your own home with rope and gags is nobody else's business. But I'm gonna read a couple more comments. Oh, there's a pinned message here on Twitch by Crystal saying Logan is our big magic daddy. I don't want to be a big magic daddy. Oh, I just, but thank you for the pin message. I appreciate it. Nora said to Crystal, I got auto-modded. Can you like fix that? Queen Katie said, yeah, we could have gotten it last minute last time, but Logan stopped right before this moment. Well, to be fair, it took us over a half hour to get to this moment. Oak said, Logan looks so young, but he has looked young for like 10 years. You know, it's weird because like all throughout high school, everybody always said that I looked like I was in college. And then as soon as I was in college, everyone's like, you look like you could be in high school. Now I think I look like I'm in college again. No, actually, I don't. I just am the, I am the victim of healthy living. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't age. Oak said, I've seen footage of Logan from like 15 years ago, and it looks exactly the same. I've seen that footage, and no, I am a scrawny little beanpole nothing back then. I told you, like, when I was younger, I was like so scrawny. When I graduated from high school, I think I was 135 pounds. It wasn't until like after that I started working out and put on weight. Quickita said, if from the tears he keeps crying out, his eyes aren't doing good, and Vero says, laughing. Let's take a look over on YouTube. Opinion says, could you imagine being kidnapped and people you know show up and you hear they're not even looking for you? Do you think that he knows Excelsius's goons? He's like, oh, hey, goons, good to see you. What are you up to today? This is not how you're supposed to goon. Oh, wait, why are you looking at me so uncomfortably when I use goon as a verb in that sense? Oh, I'm being put in a trunk. Opinion says, we have been on this poor image for a while, huh? I'm sorry. Oh, and a new person on YouTube saying applesauce with all A's. I look, but I see an E and a U and various consonants in applesauce. Said, who tied up the child? Wait, are you new here? Or have we seen applesauce with all A's? Because I don't know if it's a deja vu, but I'm suddenly getting like, wait a second, is that username actually familiar? Have I seen that username before? If you are new, before we move on from this image, I just want to give you the really quick rundown of the channel. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, we're alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio, a great JRPG for the makers of Persona, and I do read every comment in chat. I'm just sometimes often very far behind. I'm just a little bit behind. I feel like I'm actually doing pretty decent right now, tonight. But welcome, applesauce with all A's. It should be, applesauce. I'm trying to like think how to pronounce it with all A's. I guess if they're all A's, it would just be But yeah, so that's our rundown. And also, let me give you, because I think you're new, I'm gonna give you a link tree. I'm gonna copy over into YouTube. Oh, you're saying this is my first time here. Hello then. Okay, so good. I hadn't forgotten you. But here's a link tree. I just want to give you that. That includes all of our social media. Feel free to make use of it or ignore it as you see fit. There's no pressure on anything, but there's like a Discord invite link, my Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. I'd love to hear how you stumbled here. Are you a fan of Ace Attorney? Is that how you found us here? Have you seen the shorts or something like that? Anyway, we're going to keep going because I think we are distressing opinion with this picture of Eustace tied up like this. What? Mr. Winner!
What's he doing here? I mean, I know this is his home, but this is a little freaky.
He's saying, mother effer, mother effer, mother effer, mother effer. See, he's actually very intelligible behind the gag. He just has a potty mouth when he's tied up.
Wait, this is Chairman Winner's house, right? Which means...
Yes, it's Mr. Winner's home too, presumably.
So how did he wind up like this? Why'd you say Mr. Winner? I'm referencing two different Mr. Winners. You're not clarifying. You should have said young Eustace or something like that, huh?
Logan loves whimpering in Eustace's voice.
It's Ah! Thank you, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. He was actually talking about what you guys were saying before about MILFs. That's why it sounds like He's saying MILF. He's not a fan of them either. I'm not the only one. But thank you for the 10 bits. Untie him, Kay, quickly!
A little expert rope work, huh? Leave it to me.
Hey, God, I can't untie this. I'm just gonna cut it.
All right, like this, add through here, and then the rabbit goes around the tree, and then he jumps in the hole. Then a mongoose jumps in the hole after him and eats the rabbit, and you're free. Are you okay, Eustace?
He looks like he's been through heck. How did you come to be tied up down here?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
You found me. Why didn't you tell me? What? Wait, why didn't we tell you that we found you? I think we told you that. It was implied by the fact that we found you. What? Because we don't know, which is why we're asking. Oh, he's asking why we don't tell him. Why don't you tell me how I got there? Okay. I keep forgetting that he is dumb. But he's endearingly dumb. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to get much out of him like this. No, in which case, there's only one thing for it. Oh crap, is this gonna be the mind chess? Are we gonna mind chess against a traumatized Eustace? Please tell me this isn't the last mind chess of the game. The last mind chess of the game should be against the big bad. Unless Eustace is the secret mastermind of everything, we should not be mind chessing him. Let's say before we go into this, I have a sinking feeling that's what this is gonna be. We've already mind chessed him before though. Am I allowed to use that as a verb? We mind chessed him? Wait, you mean like that thing where you zone out and you mumble stuff about like chess pieces and clues and checkmate? And sometimes you die if you run out of time? I hate to beat a man while he's down. Believe me, I usually tie up right so he's upright against the wall when I beat him, but it might be the only way. Are you sure? Look, I don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge. Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though, I can't promise I'll be very good at it. Good at chess or treading carefully? I've never held back against my opponents before, after all. Okay, then we're not holding back now. Crack my knuckles. Crack my knuckles. They're not stiff enough to really crack right now. There it is. There it is. There it is. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? So this is probably going to take at least a half hour to 45 minutes based on the other mind chesses. So let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Let's see, Vera says, laughing. Cypher says, Logan looks like that one uncle you think is like 40 to 50, but he's actually in his early 30s or late 20s. I am an uncle. I have a niece and a couple of nephews, and I have played an uncle in a commercial. Oak says, feels the opposite for me. Queen Katie says, boom, meringue. Nora says, boo, meringue. Vera says, boomer, ang. Okay, boomer, ang. Oak says, he looks like late 20s, but he's looked at for 10 years. Queen Katie said, also chat. The mind chess is literally coming up after Logan examines this scene here. Crystal says, can't see it unfortunately in mod view. Oak says, so realistically, he has to be 10 years older than what he looks like. Quickgator said, how? Wait, hold up. Isn't there a tab on mod view? Like how there's one for polls and predictions? Crystal says, yup. And there was a gifted sub to Nora. Nora says, oh my gosh. Oak says, Batman on. Nora says, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yes. Crystal says, W sub. Bubba says, wow, nice. Nora says, Batman on. I love you. Thank you so much. And Oak says, yes, more sub perks. And Bubba says, I wonder how DeBest is doing. He's not doing DeBest. He is not doing DeBest. But that's okay. I wonder how many chess pieces he's going to have. Because again, he's kind of frazzled right now. If we want to keep like escalating, he should have 5 or 6 or something, but he's probably gonna have like 1, but it's gonna be really hard to break. I'm gonna take a look over on YouTube. Let's see. Applesauce says, I have no clue about anything to do with Ace Attorney. I found your Yandere Nimona video, enjoyed it. So I thought I'd check out his stream. Wow, what a random video to find. I like that one. I like that one a lot. So thank you. I'm glad that it found a viewer. So welcome, Applesauce. I hope you're not regretting hanging out. As you can see, like, our streams are a bit different than the actual clips. I spend a lot of time just yapping with chat because, as I've said a million times before, I could play these games by myself, but I do this because I love chatting with people and getting to know people and making new friends here. So again, welcome, Applesauce. Opinion says, do not hurt her, Logan. Oh no, we're gonna mess up Eustace's mind. Opinion. Applesauce says, mind chess. Yup. This is Edgeworth's superpower in this, which basically means arguing and occasionally throwing chess pieces at people. But then you say like checkmate when you do it, so you pretend you're actually playing chess. I wish that was an exaggeration. Also, we have a meter up here that if we take too long to do it, we die. Just like in real chess. Opinion says, yeah, this is the very last chapter of the game. It isn't gonna make much sense to you, Applesauce. Oh yeah, because I guess spoilers if you haven't played this, but I hope you enjoy your time. I think it can still be fun to get to know people in the chat and just kick back. and enjoy the frantic noises I make when I'm about to die from. Although the last 2 mine chests, I think I've finally gotten the hang of this. Knock on wood. Last time I only made like 1 mistake. Applesauce says, fair enough. Time to just smile and nod. I don't mind the talking. Okay, good. I'm glad, because that is like half of our streams. Crystal says, yandere lemonade cannon for real. Applesauce says, mind. And Crystal says, I meant Nimona. Well, I mean lemonade as well. Nimona is basically just lemonade. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's play a bit more. Once we get to the point where we're actually, I'm gonna save a bunch until I'm sure that we're like right before we're gonna start. Because here's another thing I should let you know, Applesauce. I am a shameless save scummer, especially for difficult parts here. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? Oh, and since you're new, I'll let you know that Eustace here, this little guy, he is the son essentially the big bad guy, but we defeated him last case. We already got him arrested. So he's his son who didn't know anything about the evil stuff his dad was doing. His dad was the head of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. So prosecutors like Edgeworth had to answer to him. And because of all the corrupt stuff was going on, we actually turned in our badge. So we are temporarily unemployed. But he's the son. Eustace is really dumb. But it turns out the reason he's dumb is because Excelsius was all about, his dad was all about excellence. And made sure that he basically bribed and blackmailed all of Eustace's teachers to always give him A's on everything. And so as a result, he never learned. And so it's not entirely his fault. And he's kind of arrogant and full of himself, but he's dumb and endearing. And at the beginning of the game, I didn't like him, but now he's really grown on me. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me. Oh, he does have 5. Oh, and a pin message. Trojan Frog, how you doing? St. Logan, my man. Finally, I am sleep deprived and able to catch you. Well, I'm sorry about the sleep deprivation, but welcome. How are you doing? Are you, like, I hope it wasn't anything bad that led to the lack of sleep, but welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here tonight. He's been through a lot. It's going to be hard to know what might cause him to lose control. In which case, I guess I may just have to quietly listen to what he has to say. Okay, so I'm guessing that means when he looks like crying with tears in his eyes, that then we want to just probably bide our time. I'm gonna save because there's our clue for what to do, and we'll go right into this mine chest, and I'll get very stressed out. Why me? Oh my goodness, we haven't seen this before. Oh, he looks so sad and troubled. I feel so bad for him. Also, don't bend your baton. Every time you do that, you smack yourself in the face, kiddo. Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? The butt of every joke. And some of the tears are coming out of his nose. That is not snot. That is milk. I think you know how like if you drink milk and you laugh, it squirts out your nose? I think he's just, I don't know why he has milk in his sinuses. Oh, and there's is this another pin message? Oh no, it's a shout out for Queen Katie and a protagonist you monster from Streamlabs. I didn't do this to him. His dad and society did this. He clearly has questions. I'll have to do my best to try and answer them. Why do we need to do this in Mind Chess? Just answer his questions. But he's also clearly in no fit state for this. I'll need to try and finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear and try to calm him down. Okay, so he wants to know how he got there. He's upset that, like, I'm assuming he's like, I'm the last to know. A lot of that is he's the last to know about, like, his dad's crimes and the corruption and everything like that. I'm still going to run on the assumption that he is the one who was kidnapped from the Big building and was thrown in the trunk, not Sean. Although there was still a kidnapper of Sean somewhere out there. So, yeah, we are not helping out. We should just tell Eustace hold tight because Gavel is stalling for us to find Sean. So we should just say, Eustace, you know where Sean is? No? All right, see ya. Mine chest commands. Tell me what's on your mind. You're a total failure. You know, we're not holding back. You're a total failure of a human being, Sean. I've noticed something over the short time we've known one another, Eustace. You're utterly worthless. Don't you think you should just start over? Try to learn and be a decent human from scratch, although you'll probably fail at that again even if you try. Sniffle. Oh. Calm down, I'm not done yet. I'm not done, there's more. I'm not done yet. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say. Oh, Oh, did I push him too far? Was that not the right thing to say to him? Whoa! Oh, that's everything! Oh, achievement unlocked. How could you, sir, for saying the worst possible thing in Eustace during his mind chess? Okay. Wow. That took away all my hit points. Apparently, being a horrible human being is a bad thing. Who knew? Why don't you just leave me alone, Sniffle? You think I'm gonna trust you? I don't trust anybody anymore. I just thought it'd be funny. I didn't think we would die. But okay, we're dead. Oh, wait, that's all. I only lose a tiny bit of hit points when time runs out. That's all? We died that one time, but I forgot if that's all that happens. I thought we were about to get a game over. Curses! Foiled again. I can't give up just yet. I have to keep after him. Surely he'll talk to me now after I said all of that. We're gonna reload though. I want a save file that exists in a universe where that didn't happen. All right, once more into the breach. I just thought it'd be funny. It was a little funny. It was a little funny. You guys got to admit. I should read some more in the chat though. Let's see. Vera says he's a bit caught up in something, or with something. Quiggett said probably crying about lifelong trauma or something. Nora says to Vero, can I draw you? Vera says, sure. Just remember the bottom of Vera's face is a cat, like right around in here. Nora says, okay. Quiggett said, Kay, who would keep flour in the garage and not the kitchen? I don't know. Maybe someone who has a very clean, not humid garage? Vera said, using your art as face reveal like a criminal on the run. Let's see. Oh, there's a retracted message over on YouTube. Oh crap, it's Opinion. I'm sorry, crap. Opinion loves Eustace. Opinion, you haven't abandoned me, have you? I'm so sorry. I was just having fun. Crystal says, why did autocorrect lemonade what? Opinion said, probably because it has 5 letters in common. Applesauce says, yes, my favorite Pokemon trainer, Lemonade. Oh, it's pronounced Lemonade. It's a family name. Crystal says, so real. Lemonade is a great trainer for real. Applesauce says, smile and nod. Opinion says, she's so sad. My heart, it hurts. I love her so much. Thanatos says, Eustace, how can it be nepotism if my dad hates me? Checkmate Edgeworth. Opinion says, why? You're not fun. I'm sorry, Opinion. I'll be nice now. I can't help but like do the worst thing possible in these games to see what happens. But we've erased that from the timeline. Opinion, you don't hate me now, do you? Crystal says this happens when you're mean to kids, people. Opinion says, no, it's not funny. Crystal says, bad Logan, bad. I'm sorry, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna be nice now. In which case, I guess I may just have to quietly listen to what I has to say. On the plus side, I got an achievement. So the game is like, yeah, you did the right thing. Okay, we've saw this dialogue before. Let's get back into this. I have to figure out what he needs to hear. Apparently what he needs to hear is not that he's a failure. Tell me what's on your mind. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No, I will not. Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. I'm gonna bide my time. I can pretend to listen. Oh, I wanna be mean, but I shouldn't be mean. I can pretend to listen. What is this? Why aren't... Wow! Did I thought I just heard an objection, but it kind of was and wasn't? I think it was just a game pshing. I don't know what that was. I thought I heard something. What is this? Why aren't you shouting objection? You always shout objection. Well, only when you're being objectionable, Eustace. I'll do it for you. Oh crap, no, I need to be nice. Bide my time. I want to do the funny things. I'm gonna keep this save, and then someday in my own time, I'm gonna go back and do this and do this silly stuff. What? You're really gonna listen to me? Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning. Poor you. Did somebody steal something from you? Bide my time. Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. Dad just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? There's milk coming out of my nose. When did I have milk? What are we doing? He's distressed. I want to encourage him. You have to believe in yourself. You can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. Yeah, I want to be encouraging him. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience I can't give you. But knowledge, that I'm happy to offer. Oh, it didn't work? Was that good? Oh, I had some time to think while I was tied up like that. And I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incontinent. I don't even know the right word. The running gag that Logan was doing in his streams became real. I don't word rightly. I think you mean incompetent. You don't even know that one. Okay, bide my time. No, we gotta be nice. Maybe I should have said you mean incompetent. Sniffle. Why are you ignoring? Oh crap! Is this some game of yours? Are you trying to make me feel even worse? Okay, so when he's crying, I have to say something. No, calm down, please. Seems I chose the wrong moment to stay quiet. He's crying so much it's making him hard to read. Is he sad? Angry? He cries either way, so it's impossible to tell. I'll just have to ignore his tears and concentrate on what he says. Okay, tell me what's on your mind. We gotta go all the way back through this. We gotta bide our time. I think it was twice that we did that. Objection! Oh, it was him saying objection. That's why I heard objection. Oh, and a pin message from Crystal saying objectionable ... Vero. Or puzzle. Sorry, you're probably saying puzzle. My brain's autocorrect. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat here. Oak says, yes, Nora, you have to draw them in the style of a police sketch artist. Nora says, okay. Oak with the duty command. Nora said, I'm going to draw them chibi first. Oak says with a poll, said, who's the bottom Edgeworth or Phoenix? Cypher says, wait, that circus certificate is my private Twitter account profile picture. I just barely saw it for the very first time when somebody shared it on Discord. I hadn't seen that meme before. Queen Katie says, by the way, Logan, cause I just realized you mentioned how I typed before you went live at the Discord. Basically, I figured out how to fix my OBS audio issues. Apparently, there's a beta version that literally fixes that bug with the capture audio. I'm so happy. So like a beta update like of OBS? I'm glad. I'm so glad. I don't think I've been encountering it, but I also haven't updated OBS in a while, so maybe I just haven't encountered it. But I'm glad, Queen Katie. Veer said, you know what? Sure. Crystal says, mwehehe. Oak says, yes, Vero is the GOAT, in fact. Cypher says, wait, Raito is a switch to exclusive. I thought? Because wasn't the trailer was at the Nintendo Direct? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's not. Cypher says, yes, I'm very excited for it. Just check the Raito remake is, it is on Steam. That'll make it more easier for me to get it. It might still be a while before I get around to it, but I would like to play it eventually. Queen Gator said, Raito is on Steam, actually. Yeah, lol. Oak said, Logan, you can count as a DILF. No, I can't. I'm not a dad. I'd like to become a dad, but I kind of need assistance in that from someone. Oak says, wait, since when did I get 65K OBs? I think Vero just like occasionally gives everybody refunds on things. Cypher says, it's clearly Edgeworth. Nora says, they end up what? Cypher says, huh? Oh, and a pin message from Queen Katie says, okay, I've compiled a list of differences for this mind chest from the fan translation. I'm all set to boop those in whenever, pin if possible. Okay, so I guess we'll see that after we finish. So we gotta get on this. Let me just check YouTube real quick. Let's see, Opinion says, Eustace shouted objection in there, lol. I caught it on the second time. That's actually cool. I like that, especially when he's talking, why aren't you saying objection? We hear him saying objection, huh?
Now Crystal is capable of this power too.
Oh, that is true. So you both could just refund everybody. Just totally destroy our economy. Why not? As long as we have cooldowns on the redeems, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But thank you so much, Vero, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Penny says, oh, I don't want to be like stopping you from being able to play how you want. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't like legit making you hate me or something. Said, you can do what you want. I'll just probably leave the stream and rewatch it later so I can skip over their parts. We're going to be nice from here on out. Opinion said, sorry for shouting. I'm just really attached to her. Valtube says, I returned. I see we're on Eustace's therapy session. Indeed. Applesauce says, the crying sprite is so upsetting. I've known Eustace for about 20 minutes, but I would die for this man. Boy, how old is Eustace? He's 17, so he's a boy.
Remember to breathe.
Thank you, Chie.
Think.
Okay, Chie, I'll breathe. There's a cooldown on that. I think we limited twice per stream. So that means for the next 2 hours, I'm not going to be able to breathe. So thank you for the Chie redeem. I'm still so proud of how that turned out. I like doing like little lip sync things like that. Animate. Anyway. I'm breathing again. But yeah, Eustace is 17. If you think that's bad, Kay, our sidekick that you've seen here, she's also 17. And in the last chapter, she got amnesia for a while and was like freaking out with traumatic stuff that happened to her. And she had a sprite where she was like clutching her head and her eyes were just haunted. And that like legit disturbed me. Like this, I feel really bad for Eustace. But the K one, I'm like, oh my gosh, we gotta like kill somebody. Opinion says Eustace is 17. Applesauce says child. Understood. Thanatos says Eustace is our baby. Wall says off topic, but how was your reaction on Persona 3's ending? Well, first of all, welcome, Wall. Have you been here before? Are you from, I posted a clip today of Persona 3 when, like, the very end of the final boss fight. I'm trying to be vague as possible for spoilers. And it's kind of, people are liking it. So did you come from there? The reaction to the Persona 3's ending, I'm going to be posting that on TikTok within the next 2 weeks. Because right now I'm alternating every other day showing an Ace Attorney Spirited Justice clip and then a Persona 3 clip. And I got a few clips that are from when you run around the school just talking to everybody. I got one talking to Yukari, one talking to a bunch of people, one talking to Toriyumi. And then talking to Maiko's dad. I'm still working on editing all of these. I'm currently editing the Toriyumi one because it's a long one. And then after that, I'm going to be posting a clip of the ending. And then after that, we'll be showing like episode, I guess, the answer DLC clips from there. So the what happened there, how was that reaction? I don't know if I should spoil it. Should I like make you, I don't know how to describe it without doing spoilers for everybody else though, if people haven't played it. It will be going up on TikTok within the next 2 weeks. Assuming everything goes to plan, assuming I don't get like hacked again. I got hacked at the end of the end of February and didn't have access to my account for like a month and a half. But I firmed up the security there, so I hope you enjoy it. It will be happening, and when you look back at the footage, I think you can see on my face the moment of realization of what is happening at the ending, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's see, Wall says, yeah, I'm from TikTok laughing. Got it. Well, welcome, Wall. Just to let you know, I don't know if you're going to stick around for this, if you're like only into Persona. If so, that's fine. Before you go, I do just want to let you know real quick kind of what goes on with our live streams. Because right now we're streaming Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Tonight we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. The other game we've been playing that we're alternating with is Metaphor Refantasio, which is another great JRPG from the makers of Persona. I don't know if you played it. Like, if you ever do play it, it's like Persona, but in like a fantasy world type of a setting. And the social links are called follower bonds. They only have 8 levels instead of 10. No romance options, but like lots of cool stuff. It's a really fun game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. And thank you for being here. If you stay, we'd love to have you. If you're not interested in Ace Attorney and want to take off and are just into Persona, that's fine too. No pressure on anything. But thank you for being here. I hope my answer wasn't too rambling. I should play some game, and then we'll get back to the chat and read some more soon. Yeah, so the same dialogue as before, so we gotta bide our time a second time. What, you're gonna listen to me? Okay, now then the next time we tell him to believe in himself, that's what we said. And, oh no, we bide our time again, then we tell him to believe in himself. I'm kind of bummed that after the last time when I only made one mistake, I thought maybe I'll get a perfect one. I've already screwed up on this one. Okay, you have to believe in yourself! And then we got to figure out what's going to be most encouraging with the next one that shows up. I think it's to say, should we correct him and say it's incompetent? Or what was the other option that we had? You don't even know that much. No, that sounds mean. I think you meant incompetent. I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. This sounds very, actually. I don't know if this would be nice to him. Unless this shows that we're teaching him. Like, look, we just taught you a new word. Incompetent, not incontinent. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult, so I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch. Oh! Sorry, I clicked the button too soon. You exploded my piece. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? I love when we see Edgeworth being nice to kids. Even though he's like, you know, this smarmy, arrogant prosecutor guy. I don't know if it's just that he's like softened in general and become a nicer person overall, or if it's just that he's always had a soft spot for kids. I'd like to think that he has a soft spot for kids in general, mainly because of the trauma of what happened to him with his father in the past. And I think he's probably the type of person who will claim he hates kids, but is secretly good with them. Maybe that's also why he likes Steel Samurai so much, huh?
Exploding my piece. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the moves you're playing in chess behind my back.
Exploding my piece. Looking. Wow! Thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. I see what you did there. I appreciate it, Oak. Thank you for the 10 bits. All right, but we are going to keep going a little bit more. We need to get till we replenish our health bar for the next round, and then I will save, and then I'll read some more in the chat. I promise. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? Oh, sure. Yeah, now I'm all cool now that I know you need my help. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. Okay, so that's the next thing we want to know. Let's save. We're gonna we're gonna stagger back and forth our saves again on this, just in case I accidentally get like too far gone in losing health and need to like go way back. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it feels good to max back out. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Okay, so now we can read some more chat. Now that we've made it through the first, like 20% of this. This is gonna be a long mind chest, I can just tell. Let's see. There was where Batman gifted sub to Bumbo. Bumbo says thank you. Oh, and another clip. Another clip. Hang on, once again. If someone posts a clip in the Twitch chat or on YouTube, that is allowed as well. Although I don't know, like some people aren't allowed to for some reason. I forgot to check and see if I could turn off that setting to let people post links. We'll load up on our clip viewer and watch it together. This will give me an idea of the timestamp, see how far behind I am. An hour ago, I'm an hour behind in chat? I thought I was doing well. Okay, this clip is titled Logan Turns It On. I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on. All right, I'm going to turn it on. Ooh, hey baby skull face. You come here often. Ooh, I dropped my keys, bend over, showing off the bottom. Yes, did that turn on? The skull. Did it turn it on? Unfortunately, I cannot take credit for that joke. That is a joke of a friend of mine named Eric. He's the one that played Dracula on the Phasmophobia with Dracula video I have over on YouTube. And he had this bit in a play. It was a play that he wrote and he was also in where it's like, there was a lamp. It's like, you need to turn on the lamp. It's like, turn on the lamp or something like that, and he does that whole bit and everything. But it's a lot more elaborate than that. There's more jokes in it. So I can't take credit for that joke, but I still think it's funny. I gotta give credit where it's due. So that goes to my buddy Eric. So thank you very much to the clip, Oak. And Vera says, a lot of Phoenix top bunk believers. Boba says, I have now been subbed for 11 months. I've never spent a dime. Well, congratulations. That's over one entire subscription baby for free. I think if you get a subscription baby that's entirely gifted, that should be an Immaculate Conception subscription baby. It was a virgin birth subscription baby. Oak says, DeViro, no, I'm just very passionate about Phoenix being the top. Bumba says, the other says taxes. Oak says, oh, the other hand is, oh, death and taxes. Oh, I like that, Bumbo. It's like the game Death and Taxes. I remember when we played that. Oak says, less of Phoenix being the top and more of Edgeworth being the bottom. Crystal says, I'm a bottom Miles believer. Vera says, I love bunk beds. Oak says, yes, Crystal gets it. Atlantic says, in celebration of Nora's mom and Vero's marriage. Congratulations to the two of you. And Atlantic, how are you doing? Quickgator said, dang, I got dumped quick, huh? Atlantic said, maybe she wants a harem. Bubba says, what about this alert?
Yes, if you've never bought a sub, you're a virgin. I don't make the rules.
That is how it works. Ah! Thank you very much for the 10. Well, you're like a sub. Well, I don't know. Can you be a sub if you've never? Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. Let me read a couple more comments on Twitch, and we'll take a look at the comments on YouTube. Then we will get back into the mind chess. Bob was saying, what about this alert? Said, darn, can't open it for some reason. Oh, and then there's the Tomcat. Crystal says, what alert? Bob said, I was going to Tomcat. It didn't work. Oh, did it not work? Quinkator said, where's Tomcat? I guess everybody's alerts are dead today? Hang on, let me try turning those sound alerts off and back on again. Hang on. Because we know the Chie alert worked, but that goes through a different thing. I'm going to just try turning that off, turning that back on. And there, that should be all the other types of alerts. So hopefully they work now. Queen Gator says ... Oh yeah, it says where's Tomcat? Gets everybody's alerts are dead today. Vera said gonna redeem it. Bubba says I redeemed it and got insta refunded. Queen Gator said, I tried doing a TTS alert over at Nora's and it didn't work. Well, at least the TTS is working here. Vera said, Crystal beat me to it. Queen Gator says, Logan, what? Crystal says, insta refunded. Queen Gator said, Logan has the right answer, but wrong method for real. Crystal says, why is he tied up? Okay, so that's where we got to. Let me take a look over at YouTube. Applesauce says, Metaphor? I love Metaphor. How far are you into it? I think toward the end, we're in what is got to be either the last dungeon or second to last dungeon. I'm right now maxing out everyone's follower bonds. I've just got to max out Basilio now. I've never maxed out everybody in an Atlas game before, so I'm hoping it'll work out. And then it sounds like we're gonna do the last dungeon, fight the final boss. I'm guessing there will probably be at least one more like boss after that, because it's an Atlas game. You gotta fight like God or something like that. I have theories about what that'll be. I won't say it here for the sake of spoilers if anybody else hasn't played it, but we are toward the end. We started that game in November. And although we're toward the end of this one, we started this one in December. I should let you know, Applesauce, it takes me about 2.5 times as long as most people to play a game. So, but I am enjoying Metaphor. Opinion says she wants to learn. Applesauce says, is Edgeworth not often nice to children?
Sound alerts are not working.
Oh.
I will make a pinned comment ABT. It's so PLS. Read the currently pinned comment 07.
Oh, I didn't even see there's a pin message. Thank you, Vero. I will read that now. They'll be able to do that. Thank you. I don't know why they're not working, but I appreciate it. Our Streamlabs commands seem to be working, so at least not that. But okay, so here's a pin message from Queen Katie said, in the fan translations, Logic Chess Part 0, because I forgot this one, Sebastian, quote, am I too inculpable to be a prosecutor? Oh, I like that, inculpable. To be a prosecutor? Incapable? Which one was it, Miles? I believe it's incapable. I like that. I like inculpable rather than uncapable. I like the idea of taking a word that is like an actual word and mixing that up. And there's Vera with a pin message saying, sound alerts aren't working. If you redeem one, it'll be refunded. Thank you, Vera, for posting that there. And I apologize to anyone who's done those. But yeah, so Applesauce, Edgeworth, okay, so in the very first game in the series, Edgeworth was like the rival character who for most of the game was like the bad guy. But then like rival characters do, he of course has a redemption arc, and now he's the good guy in this spin-off series of games that we're playing right here. So it's more that he's very stern. He's people always say that he looks scary the way he looks at them. He's very proper and formal, and so he's the type of person you wouldn't think is good with kids. But he's also a nerd for this game's like their universe's TV show it's like their version of Kamen Rider called The Steel Samurai. He's like a total nerd for that, loves it. So I think he's the type of guy you wouldn't expect to be good with kids, but I think he's like surprisingly good with them. So that's the way I look at it. And in one of the recent games, we found out that he, with the protagonist from the main games, Phoenix Wright, have like hung out outside of the... Anyway, it's a whole thing. But yes, he's just, you would think that he's not good with kids. Opinion says, Edgeworth is weird with everyone. That is true. Opinion said, I don't even know how to describe him. Wall says, he seems very edgy. And Worth, I like puns, high five. Wall says, I don't really know. I don't play Ace Attorney. I think you got it. You've got the gist of it. Jose, how you doing? Says hi. Hi, Jose. How are you? Thanatos says, Edgeworth went from main rival to dad of Kay and Eustace. I've said before, I totally want him to adopt Eustace. I mean, they're never like formal adoptions, except for in that one case with Phoenix. But he's totally going to be their dad. But, like... if the two of them are both adopted, does that mean the two of them can't, like, eventually when they're old enough, when they're older, like, get together? Kay and Eustace? You know, maybe they could, like, get married? I don't know. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. I think I solved right. Who were you kidnapped by? Why were you taken to your own place? What did the kidnappers do? Let's start with who they were. Try that. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been? No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already. Sorry, Eustace, you don't have to cry. I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. Okay, so that was the wrong choice, but I won't lose hit points. I should try another tack for now. What did the kidnappers want? Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody for a ransom, right? Or like gross sex stuff? But they didn't even find me attractive. Plus I'm underage, that's inappropriate. I'll need a clue if I'm going to... Okay, so I was wrong on both guesses. Whoa, I wonder what to try now. Why were you taken to your own home? Why would somebody kidnap you only to take you back to your own home? Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? Bide my time, because he's like freaked out. We'll wait until he either calms down or starts really crying. They locked me up in that box, then locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared. And did you happen to overhear anything your kidnappers might have said? I think one said, if you wanna blame somebody, because he had a deeper voice, if you wanna blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. Huh?
Caught a magpie flying.
Magpie!
Well, just tired. Gonna play some games and chill. Good luck in the chess dimension.
Thank you very much, Magpie. How are you? Are you playing games and chill? So are you gonna be lurking, or are you like just popping to say hi and taking off to play games? It's good to see you. Thank you for the 10 bits. I hope that you are able to unwind and get some rest from your fatigue, kick your feet up, enjoy whatever games you're playing. I'd love it if you can like still be here, even if just lurking. But if you can't, it's just good to see you, Magpie. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, so if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. So clearly they are familiar with Excelsius. The owner, Excelsius winner. The owner used his winner. The Excelsius winner. The owner of this house, that's your father, isn't it? Oh, is it? I guess it is. He said he disowned me in the last chapter. He was mean. Does disowning count? Does the stork need to take me to another daddy? Do I have to go through diapers again? How does it work? Oh, I get it. I get it. The stork isn't real. The stork is a metaphor for the doctors. The doctors will take me to a new house in the diapers. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad. Or work for him. I don't know, Eustace. That's not it. At least not based on what else we know of the situation. But there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winner Senior that could be a clue. Okay, so we're probably next gonna go to who? Maybe it's why. Why? Let's try why instead. Or what did the kidnappers want? Let's try that again. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Okay, same dialogue as before. Let's see if we have a clue, or is this not what the clue is for? Nope. Okay, so we gotta do whomst. Then we'll deploy our clue. Who were you kidnapped by? And then time to deploy my clue. Your father was behind your kidnapping. That's why it's blame him. Blame him because he's the one who did it. Your captor wanted you easily at hand, and where could be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but your father, you know, the murderer, also kidnaps. But the kidnapping was ordered by your father. What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to sniffle, kill me? No. He would have done that already. You're very easily killable. Watch. I grab your head, snap, dead. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, Kay. He's just very easily killable. I should not have done that. Well, Kay, time to use those bags of cement. We're taking this secret of ours to the grave. Also, I'm gonna just keep saving and stagger our saves because this one is going long and I don't want to mess this up. I'll read some more chat in just a minute though. Of course not. What good would that have done him? His own son dead in the family garage. He would instantly have become the prime suspect. That's why he did not do it. Not because he loves you, because he clearly doesn't, but because he wouldn't want to be caught. Oh, you're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? Well, it won't have been for a ransom, not his own son. That wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else, to get him out of the way, to get him away from something. Again, maybe he was gonna detonate the building and maybe he does still love his kid. He could be like Inga in the last game, like a terrible man, but a good father. This could be an important clue. Okay, so now we say, what did the kidnappers want? And then we'll deploy the clue, and then we should hopefully be able to destroy the chess piece. That wasn't your father's motive. Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom? And it's still not exploding. I need to read some more in the chat. This is taking a long. I think this mind chest might be the entire rest of the stream tonight because we're almost halfway through the stream. Said before, this will be like a half hour, 45 minutes. It's been a half hour, 45 minutes. Oak says, add quote, chat, I'm not here to marry your mom. So Oak says, add quote, can you hook me up with your hot single aunt? You should put those together. It's like, it's a full story. Nora said, my cousin is a lesbian, so no. Cypher says, my single aunt has cancer and depression and a smoking habit. You don't want her, Logan, because the smoking habit. Smoking is a red flag for me. I may be chronically lonely, but I have my standards. Vero adds the quotes together, and the Vero said Logan lost 2 lurkers for saying he's definitely not our dad. Well, those are the lurkers who would be disappointed if they stayed eventually. They'd eventually catch on to that. Oak says, we know what they were here for. Crystal said Logan is our big magic daddy. Oak said Logan Victorian England was like 300 to 400 years ago, not 1,000. I know math, not history. Quicket said, the chat on clips is just the chat from exact moment, the clips from. Oh, that's what it was. Vera says, add quote, he didn't abandon the case. He was put into a case. He was! Cypher says, oh my gosh, same. Oak said, also, Vero, we have a lot of quotes from last stream, but I don't know if we can add them and edit the game. Vera said, man, they're lost forever. I can edit the game if you just like message me which quote numbers they are. I'll edit the game. Quicket said, from experience, it might have to wait until next metaphor stream, or just do that. That's also easy. Bubba says, I forgot that one. What the heck is the context? What is the quote? 636? You're a hand whore. Oh, it's because is holding hands. That's what it was. Oak says, there's never a context. Logan is just like that. Oak says, I put too much pepper on my mac and cheese. You put pepper on your mac and cheese? Boba says, Oak, it's Oak, rip. And Bumbo with the hydrate. I will hydrate, then I'll check out YouTube chat. Thank you very much, Bumbo. Old Quick says, the hand thing, Yufa from Metaphor. Over on YouTube, Applesauce says, I have to get going, but I'll definitely be back for Metaphor. See ya, says opinion. Bye, Applesauce. Thank you so much for being here. You're probably already gone, but I look forward to seeing you hopefully next time for Metaphor. Have a good rest of your night. Opinion says, hate that Eustace does not think Excelsius wanted to kill him is a big leap in logic, and then kisses her forehead. Okay, let's play a little bit more. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? Also, here, hang on. I'm gonna save again because we need to keep scumming the crap out of these saves. Sniffle. No, I just answered their stupid question and then they grabbed me. So, okay, then we gotta ask, what was the question? You made it so easy for them. We could be so mean. What did they ask you? Their question? That's right, I'm trading the knight and the bishop in my previous moves for the pawn. Their question, what did they ask you? Oh, eek, stop glaring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel. So is it connected to Sean? Maybe they wanted to... Oh, maybe the kidnappers... No, hang on, I was gonna say... Okay, there's a couple things here. It could be that the kidnappers were instructed to kidnap Sean and mistook Eustace for Sean, because Eustace is just a little guy. But although if they worked for Excelsius, you'd think they'd probably know what his son looks like, so that's probably less likely. Maybe they kidnapped Eustace. They didn't, Sean wasn't kidnapped. I bet they didn't know that Sean is Gavel's son, and they kidnapped Eustace, and when they called her to threaten Eustace, there was probably a misunderstanding, and she thought they were talking about Sean. They were probably like, yeah, that little boy of yours you care so much about. And she's like, oh, my son. And no, but it's Eustace, because she was acting like a mother to him, like, you know, carting him around everywhere. So maybe Sean wasn't kidnapped, Eustace was, and they just thought, or Gavel just thought that's who they were talking about. They asked me if I knew Gavel. Oh, of course. Things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn, because he wanted to force her honor into declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty. Wait, Gavel has a son? She's did it with people? And it was also Lagarde to be found not guilty? Oh, and maybe because she's the warden of the prison, then if Excelsius gets sent to prison, he'll be treated right or maybe even released early. I think you are mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped. Okay, so the goons don't know what his kid looks like. The goons do be dumb. What? You mean I went through all that by mistake? Wait. Oh, that kind of makes sense. I am just a silly little guy. Yeah, that would explain the part where they repeatedly said, you're Sean, right? We want to make sure you are Sean. Yes, you're Sean. I didn't know what they were saying, so I just stayed silent. Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless, meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone. This isn't good. I think I pushed him as far as he can reasonably be pushed. I have to calm him down and get him to tell me what he just remembered. Okay, so we gotta go back to calming him down. So we're gonna replenish our hit points. And then we're gonna get back into this. Yes, save. We're doing pretty good though. We're halfway through the stream. We will get through this mine chest tonight. So we have to calm him down, then find out what he just remembered. Bloop, thank you for the help. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. What is it you remembered? You remembered something just now. What was it? I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him. Bide my time. Well, you mean me? You mean your father? Yeah, bide my time because he's distressed, right? Although he's crying a lot, so maybe that wasn't when I should bide my time. Okay. Why are you crap? Yes, okay. Only bide our time when his eyes are full of tears, not crying. Okay, sad, angry, so we gotta try that again. What does he remember? It's gotta be his dad, right? All I remember is him. You mean me? You mean your father? Him? You mean your father? Oh, why do I keep bending that? No! I didn't mean to bring him up! Sniffle, I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never have made Prosecutor if he didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask you about that for some time. Why did you become a prosecutor? Is it because his dad pressured him? Are we gonna find out he has other dreams? Maybe he'd like to be a candy maker. There's apparently openings for that now. I gotta read some more in the chat though. Queen Katie says, captions, mother effort. Oak said, also, I'd like to mention that I was talking about AA with Vero earlier, and they asked if I was into Yanni Yogi. Is this really the reputation I've garnered? Well, I've seen your Transformer Smasher pass list now, Oak. Oak says, am I the Gilf lady now? Queen Katie says, yes. Oak says, I just like Judge Udgy and Hilda. Vero says, Eustace. Queen Katie said, don't worry, Oak. There's better ones in the Great Ace Attorney. Oak said, they are the only ones. Bumba said, Logan misread that. What did I misread? Quickett said, Mind Chess incoming, chat. Vera said, my fave. Oak said, Mind Chess versus the dumbest person you know. Quickett said, where's Beowulf? They're missing the torture of their hated boy. Vera said, who cares about the big bad? Eustace needs a better dad. Oak says, you can't outthink someone with no thoughts. True that. Let me take a look over YouTube. Thanatos says, Eustace, sure, says, I thought Sean was a weird way to say sure, so I just said, yeah. I love it. Opinion says, this mind chess is a lot more about what you're saying rather than Eustace's sprites. Not sure if there's a pattern at all, to be honest. Well, I'll just keep fumbling my way through. Let's try some more here. Why did you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one, that I'm not good enough. You're not good enough. No, but I'm good enough. Bide my time. I want to be mean, but I'm trying to be nice for opinion's sake. I'll be mean on my own time. Again, I'm keeping that one save slot right before this. Say something, will you? Crap, did I mess up again? You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it at all. The reason is stupid and dumb and not important. I know that already. I bet it is stupid and dumb. Okay, we're gonna be nice. Bide my time. You're right, opinion. Everything is mean. Like I said, is stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me. Is it simply that he idolized his dad and wanted to be just like him? If so, we should put a stop to that, because his dad is a murderer now, and I don't want him to become a murderer. I've often felt much the same about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one, a good one. I mean, if you ignore the fact that you lose almost every case to Phoenix Wright, I did hear about that one time, but he kind of threw the game. A success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so. You wanted to join the committee? You wanted your father's approval. That's got to be it, right? Because that's so much more meaningful than you wanted to be on the committee. You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that. Hopefully this will show Edgeworth that you don't need to follow in your father's footsteps. So Edgeworth can turn Fender down. Where is Fender during all this? I'm starting to get worried Fender might be a secret mastermind. You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd finally accept me for who I am, except that's not who you are, Eustace. If you pretend to want to be a prosecutor to get his approval, he won't accept you for who you are. Sorry, I'm just getting serious. Like, this is real advice. Like, if you pretend to be something other than who and what you are to get somebody's approval, then that person is not approving of you. That person is approving of what you're pretending to be. It's the same thing why, like, this was my theory when I was, like, in high school, and I should never give dating advice, but I always related to dating. You know how, like, when you're a kid and there's, like, some other person in, like, one of your classes that you have a crush on, and you're like, I want to impress this person. I find out, oh, she is really interested in lacrosse or something like that. I'm gonna pretend to be really interested in lacrosse and wanna like learn how to play lacrosse to impress her. Then I'll talk to her about lacrosse. It's like, no, because then the person you're presenting to her isn't you. And she's eventually gonna figure out that you're not really into lacrosse. You don't give a crap about it. So just be yourself. The reason why you say be yourself isn't to impress the person, because they might not like the real you. They might not. They might hate the real you. But if they like the fake you, that's just as bad as hating the real you. You gotta present the real you and be yourself so that whatever answer they give you is authentic. And so if they do like you, they know they like you. I'm sorry, I'll get off of my soapbox. I don't know why I went on that rant. I should stop trying to give advice. I just wanted to not be useless because my name is Eustace and it sounds like useless. If you leave out the t, whatever letter makes the t, I don't read good. You're not covering for your father in any way, are you? What? No, I won't cover for him ever again. I mean, why would I after what he's done? Because you want to be of use to your father, because you hate your father, because you want to be of use to your father. You don't want to be useless. You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say? Oh! I mean, why can't I be just once in my stupid life? Huh?
Okay, I need to confirm this. According to Crystal, 86 degrees Fahrenheit is considered cold. You have to agree, no matter what temperature your body is acclimated to, 86 degrees is not cold. Boo.
Ah! Okay, here's the thing. Crystal lives in a part of the world that gets super, super hot. So I think to Crystal, it's probably like, oh, this is nice and cool. This is like tank top weather or something like that. But to the rest of us mere mortals who do not have Crystal's godlike resistance to heat, yes, that is hot. It's not like sweltering, terrible hot, but that is uncomfortably hot. I feel like comfortable room temperature, 72 to 74-ish, somewhere right in there. That's nice, that's comfortable. Below that, once you get into like, the mid to upper 60s, it's a little cool. Get down to 60, the upper 50s, you're starting to get uncomfortably cool. You're down in the 40s, you're cold. But yeah, don't worry, Noah, 86 is warm. That is like kick my blanket off me while I'm trying to sleep because it's uncomfortable type of warmth. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat because I'm sure I'm still really far behind. Nora says, Miles, you what? Bumble says, impromptu therapy session. Quinkita said, Logan may complain, but this is definitely my favorite mind chess, even though I suffered a lot of save states over it. Nora says, Vero, I drew the Chibiu. Quinkita said, I'm so hyped for this one. I want to see how they translated the official version. Chris says, not the Yandere Namona laughing. Nora says, DMs. And there's Trojan Frog. Good to see you like here. I don't think we've seen you here before, right? Are you still here? Because I feel like we've seen you over on YouTube before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Said, Logan, my man, finally I'm sleep deprived, able to catch you. Good to see you here. Bumble says, it has been an hour and we have done 8 minutes of gameplay. Ha, joke's on you. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. That's how far behind I am, Bumbo. Bo says almost an hour, but still. Vera said, first time chat. And then Monster, Vera says, it was good having you here. Frog says, thanks, happy to be here. Quinkita said, oh, those pinned earlier. Crystal says, Logan, no. Nora says, oh my gosh. Vera said, how could you, sir? Because I thought it was funny. Normally, I'd like stop and hem and haw about it and try and decide if I should do the mean thing and be funny. But there's a time thing. I had to trust my instincts to go for the funny. Crystal says, laughing. Bubba said that was the obvious wrong answer. Quinkita said, Logan, what? Bubba says, but it was the funny answer. Quinkita says, Logan with a heartbreak. And Cypher says, wow, you traumatized the young child. And there's Bamanon saying, Eustace deserved that /LH. Bamanon! Bamanon, you don't like Eustace? Bamanon, can you not make a Robin out of Eustace? Or at least like an Oracle? Or something? Maybe what was the name of the mute hunchback that used to like work on Batman's Batmobile before he was killed off in the Hush storyline? What was the guy's name? He's a lesser known character, so just trust me when I say Batman used to have a mute hunchback mechanic in the Batcave. That is an actual thing. I'm serious, Google it. I'm just spacing on his name right now. Anyway, let's oh, and I should check YouTube as well. Opinion says, the pain of loving someone who hates you, the pain of only wanting the approval from someone who will never be enough, someone you will never be enough for. Also, this is a transgender as heck line, currently holding myself back from writing an entire essay. Why can't I be just once in my stupid life? Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name? It's clear. Actually, it's clear his name. It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace. You're dumb. I could have just ignored that and shown you that I understood your meaning. But you can clear one. Oh, I never knew that. I didn't know the word clear existed. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue as your kidnapping shows. So it sounds like Excelsius is still the big bad. He is still the mastermind even from detention. But obviously if he's in detention, unless like someone let him out to go kill Dijun, I was gonna say Wang again, but you guys told me it's Wong instead. He had to have hired somebody else to do it, right? So he probably gave the order for the kill, but isn't the killer. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him? Well, no, because he just got caught this morning, and this happened the night before, right? Yeah? I think, did we ever... So maybe he did that before the prosecutorial committee meeting. Knowing that, you still think you can help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. That seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Wow, this is a long mind chess. Let's see if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. Oh crap, I should have saved. Where's the evidence for me case? What connects to the guardian father if you're coming from him? You're an accomplice. Where's the evidence? Also, I'm gonna save again. I should have saved before. I don't think, yeah, we're save over this one. We're gonna stagger these. Oh boy, Quinkita says, ad quote, I just thought it'd be funny. I didn't think we would die. Nora said, what are those things called when you're in prison and you hold up a sign for a picture? What's it? Wait, a sign for a picture? What do you mean a sign for a picture? What's that called? When you're in prison and you hold, oh, you mean like a gang sign? Like you flash a gang sign with your hands? I don't know if there's a word for that. And Oak says, Batman on? Okay. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you, misplace them somehow? No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my side of the story. Then tell us. Bide my time. I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, oh, what did I do? What did I do? It's gonna be somewhere dumb. It's gonna be like his dad's pocket or something like that. I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. Oh, crap! I should try another tack for now. If you're coming from here to come, what connects Lagarde and your father? She's the prison warden, and he's the chief. It's the same career field. They are work buddies, work friends, work associates. I don't know. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde? Unless, is she Eustace's mom? Did she birth this boy? Sorry, I don't know much about that. Sometimes the two of them go to his bedroom and they say that they're gonna make a special kind of hug, but then it just sounds like they're practicing pro wrestling moves. You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue. Oh, I think they maybe worked together once and, of course they did. What else do you remember? Okay, what else do you remember? And what is it? What else have you remembered? Oh, I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her. Okay, so that means that he probably has some type of blackmail dirt on her, or they hook up. They smack their bodies against each other. All gross-like. Let me read some more in the chat. Crystal says, ad quote. Oh, adds a quote there. Batmanon says, oh, hello. Crystal says, I feel cold today. And then a keyboard slam. And Vero with a clip. Let me load this one up at the clip viewer so we can all watch this one together. And hopefully the timestamp will tell me how far behind I am in the Twitch chat right now. I'm doing very well staying caught up in the YouTube chat at the very least. Oh, crap. I know what this is based on the title. The title is Logan, You Monster. What's on your mind? You're a total failure. You know, we're not holding back. You're a total failure of a human being, Sean! I've noticed something. Why do they call him Sean? One another, Eustace. You're utterly worthless. Don't you think you should just start over? Try to learn and be a decent human from scratch. I was being mean. You'll probably fail at that again, even if you try. I was being very mean. Sniffle. Oh. Calm down. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. There's more. I'm not done yet. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say. Oh, did I push him too far? Was that not the right thing to say to him? Whoa! Oh, that's everything! Oh, achievement unlocked. How could you, sir, for saying the worst possible thing in Eustace during his mind chest? Okay. Wow. That took away all my hit points. Apparently, being a horrible human being is a bad thing. So thank you very much for the clip. Spoilers, I still think it was funny. Opinion! Oh, crap, I should have told Opinion to look away. I'm sorry, Opinion. I should have told you to look away. Nora says, Babadon, thank you so much for the sub. You've saved my life. Babadon said to Nora, that wasn't me. It seems I've inspired some copycats. Ooh, I like that. People are just being generous and not taking credit. That's like the most pure form of generosity, you know? Crystal says, what timing? Babadon said, I just got here. Nora said, who was it? Oak says, Batman on a copycat, that isn't me. This is insane drama. Crystal says, objectionable ... Vero. Cyber says, is there a timeline where Edgeworth adopts Eustace? I need that in my life. I think I asked that at one point, and people posted over in the Discord some fan art and fan comics of it. So apparently there are some people, some fans who have made that a what do they call it? Instead, it's a fanon, right? Instead of canon, it's fanon. Crystal says, AO3 timeline, probably. Queen Gator said, okay, I've compiled a list of differences for the mind chest. Oh, that was pinned earlier. Cyber says, crap, you're right. I'll read it after I read the new chapter of a fic that I'm supposed to drop tomorrow morning. And Vera with the lurk. I need tea, says Vera. Vera with the lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk. Oak says, Logan, breathe, redeem when? I can only redeem it once per stream. Only once per person and twice total. And so it's been done. It has been done. But I hope you liked it. I was very proud of how it turned out. I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her. Interesting. And did he have any particular reason to recommend her? I guess he thought she was good at her job. Unlike me. He doesn't like you at all. You're jealous of her. Bide my time. Biding my time. I think they knew each other from back when he was the chief prosecutor. What was he like back then? Was he different at all? Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know or a case file he hadn't read. An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. So let's try the other one. Where's the evidence from the case? Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trials. We got that before. And we got to make sure that when we talk to him, we bide our time. And then hopefully he'll be able to deploy the clue. Seems he's drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. You gave the evidence to your father! You shouldn't have done that. I guess I wasn't that far off when I said it was his dad's pocket. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father, isn't that correct? Well, to be fair, I mean, it probably was before. It was just this morning, right? This morning that he turned out, he probably gave it to him long before that. Wow! He told me it would all be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer. Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible. That's right, your father's not just a murderer, he's ugly. So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking? Oh, he wanted to mess with the trial. He wanted to make you were laughing. He wanted to mess with the trial, I think. He wanted to mess with the trial. Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He Eustace-did you. See, that was not easy to say. That was a very difficult verbal pun. Oh, wow! Why do I flip that way and then rub this cheek? Logan's bad at depicting violence. There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession. Okay. Wow. Okay, we got one last chess piece. Let's save again. Because before I forget, I'm gonna read some more in the chat, and we're gonna keep going with this. I was gonna say, I hope we should have done a prediction if I'd be able to get this done before the 2-hour mark, because that looks like that is not happening. Oak says, Crystal the goat. Weedle says, plink. Welcome, Weedle. What was the plink? Welcome. And then Crystal says, pink. Oak says, Maiko dad clip and Toriyumi clip. I have vivid memories of those because I made my own clip edits of those. The Toriyumi one, I made it a goal to limit all clips I post on TikToks to under 3 minutes so they can also be on YouTube Shorts. That one was hard to trim down to under 2 minutes, and it's taking so long to edit because it's so long. But I hope people like it when it's done. Cypher says, after you do all these shorts, will you make a supercut of them like you did with P4G? That's what I want to do, but I'm so behind on those as well. The problem is it's taking me so long, like all of my free time to just edit the TikToks that I have that I rarely have time to make. There's so many games I want to do clips of. So yes, Cypher, eventually. We just said call the puppy kicker stinky. Crystal said Logan is a puppy kicker and stinky. Cypher says, huh, what? No, he ain't. Thank you for standing up for me, Cypher. Cypher says, I refuse this slander. Oak says, yeah, he is. Weedle said, yes, he's a puppy kicker. Cypher says, he played Detroit. I played the game recently. It was amazing, but my entire run fell through in the end. Only part of I mean, it kind of did. I got some sad ending aspects because I messed up. Marcus didn't make it to the end. And he was the one who kicked the dog. Crystal says, he did. It's in YouTube VODs, I think. And Castle, how you doing, Castle? Says, I feel bad about the pawn being prominently on the screen considering what Eustace is realizing about himself. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's like, a pawn? That's what you are, Eustace. A pawn for your father. But, Castle, you're like a rook. Castle, and the move you do, the queen, king and the rook. Castle, a pawn like Eustace, though seemingly insignificant and unimportant and perhaps useless, can be promoted and become a queen, which I think Opinion has mentioned over on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, Opinion says, okay, there was another message in there that I guess it did not send, which usually happens if I swear. I did not swear in the messages. Oh, let me see if I accidentally skipped over something. Not sure if there's a pattern. No, I read all of those. Yeah, all the ones on my screen I read. I'm sorry. Said Excelsior said his wife disappeared. Oh, that's right. And we decided that means that he killed her. I forgot about that. Said Eustace's mom is totally dead. I muted the stream while the clip was playing. Okay, good. I'm glad it didn't upset you too much then. All right, but again, back to the game. We can do this. We can do this. There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession, and we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him. It's all my fault. What do I do now? I can't stand by and watch him like this. Not because I care, but it's just ugly. It's coming out of his nose. He's had a brutal collision with a reality he never even knew existed. I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I could even help him figure it out. Okay, did we save? Let's save again. We got one more little section of this mine chest, and then we'll be free forever from mine chests in this game. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate. And maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. What do you want to do now? Yeah, what do you want to do now? Or maybe, no, let me guess, I'm gonna need a clue. I probably should have asked if the one at the bottom is saying something about you want to keep you in a prosecutor. So, what now, Eustace? Well, first, I'm gonna give this stupid jacket back. I've never even been able to figure out how to get my arms in the sleeves. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man, according to opinion on YouTube. His clothes make the man. I think it would suit me pretty nicely. His clothes make the man. Its clothes make the man, Eustace. Oh, I've learned so much vocabulary and sayings from you. It is? Oh, thanks, Edgeworth. I like that he's like appreciative when Edgeworth corrects him. I think most people would be like, stop it, you know what I meant. But they're bonding. I'm learning a lot from you today. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's what I want. I want this game to end with Edgeworth giving him a little cravat neck frilly thing to put on at the very, very end. That's good to hear. Now, about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it? All right, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. Don't get too excited. Oh, they'll still make fun of you. I want to say mean things and I shouldn't. But how? How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna need a clue, aren't I? I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. Okay, will you continue to work as a prosecutor? Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace? I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I? No, you shouldn't. Only you can answer that, Eustace. The only person who can answer that question is you, Eustace. Eustace. Gah! Only you can decide what path you choose to walk, and only you can prevent wildfires. There we go. Then I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it. So he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. So there's my useful clue. We are 1 minute away from the 2-hour mark, chat. I gotta catch up in the chat a bit. Queen Gator said in the fan translation, that was pinned earlier. Bubba says, I love watching Logan's reactions to 1 hour ago Logan and just questioning his choices. That is my life on this stream. Oak says, someone who uses Tumblr, yes, you can be a sub and a virgin. Oh, interesting. Queen Gator said, I wonder how long it'll take him to see the pinned message. Bubba said, it's still out of stock. Oak said, Tumblr is filled with than that. It's insane. It's like Twitter, except worse, tagging things as 18 plus. I thought Tumblr got rid of all the adult material, and that was why like everybody stopped using Tumblr. Cypher says, testing it out. Quickgator said, Vera said, yeah, it doesn't work. Weedle says, cheese. Quickgator said, salute, all hail Vero. Vera said, sound alerts aren't working. If you redeem one, it'll be refunded. Quickgator said, Vero, since we have the pin message, you don't have to pin my other logic chest stuff. We can just let Logan read those later. Vera salutes. Oh, so was there another logic chest thing that I missed, or did I see that earlier? I gotta scroll. Oh no, I did read that one. So any further ones I will need to read. Vera salutes. Crystal says, really? I'm surprised since my fanfiction origin is from Tumblr. Quickgator said, captions or like grow sex stuff. You know, you don't grow it. You don't have a sex stuff garden. It is gross sex stuff. Captions. Vera said, rest well, Magpie. Magpie says, I'm lurking. I just want to chill and let Logan know I'm here before he wonders if I'm still in chat an hour from now when he catches up in the chat. Well, thank you, Magpie. I'm glad you are lurking. That makes me happy. Cypher says, it's a what? Magpie says, thank you. My neck hurts because of my desk ergonomics being so bad, so I'm relaxing. You should see what I'm like, how I sit when I'm not streaming. I'm like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'd have to draw a diagram. Vera said, oh, hate being there. Castle says, not a kidnapping, just a heavily enforced curfew. Yeah, well, I mean, if they were at his dad's request and like his dad, you know what? There is an argument to be made there, Castle. Vera said, I can pin, but that is worthy of I can't pin, but this is worthy of the Hall of Fame. I agree. I like Castle's commentary. It's like you got Cookster at the top and then Castle and Doc, right, head to head with each other. Queen with the timestamp 1:25:45. Look at that, only 35 minutes behind. That's not too bad. Opinion says they want to learn, they love, but they were never allowed to. Oh gosh, the Tumblr thing is insane. Posts can still be tagged for adult content, meant for non-sexual nudity or blood and stuff, but lately everything is randomly gets tagged as such. I have never had a Tumblr. I feel like the only experiences I've had with Tumblr have been negative, so I never started one. But okay, let's play a little bit more here. So, he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. So that was probably the clue we need for this one, where we ask what he wants to do. Clothes make the man. Said no. There we go. Correct him on his statement. It's clothes make thee, man, Eustace. Oh, there, I'm learning. I am getting better. That's good to hear. Now back to the jacket of Prosecutor worthy of it. Let's do it. Don't get too excited. Oh yeah, bide my time. And this is where we'll deploy the clue next. How do I get there? Tell me. What do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay, that wasn't the clue. That was not the clue. Okay, so we're trying another tack. Will you walk the same path as your father? Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth? Come on, give me a break, will you? Can you tell I am a good, earnest person? Can a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one? You mean the milk of human kindness? Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? All right then, Eustace, bring it in. Bring it in. Drink my milk. Milk me and drink it. I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used. Oh, it's not. I can't drink your milk. Listen, talking with you like this is helpful for me too. It makes me feel better about myself by comparison. There was a time where there were truths I didn't want to face up to either, but a good friend. Yes, a good friend taught me the error of my ways. History shall say that we were friends. That's nice, but I don't have anybody like that. Let Kay be your friend. She's an age-appropriate friend for you. And be a good influence on each other, please. But I guess you don't, I can be that person for you, not Kay. She would be a bad influence. If you could muster the courage to find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help. So it's official, we're gonna be his friend. You would? I hope that, does this mean, okay, obviously don't answer this, but this is starting to sound like maybe the idea of Edgeworth kind of, adopting him is going to be less of a fanon thing and more of, yeah, this ends with both Kay and Eustace being his buddies. Kind of like how Phoenix is collecting. Phoenix has Maya, Phoenix has Pearl, Phoenix has Trucy, Phoenix has Apollo, Phoenix has Athena. He's just got a gaggle of kids, although one of them is now an overseas terrorist. But only if you really mean to try. I don't want to be like my dad. You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace, I see it now. He's told me that he wishes to be a better... Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was talking about the... Excelsius told me. He's talking to me. He's talking to us, the player. He's told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself. And it tells us where he means to go next. What do you mean to do now? So what now, Eustace? We've seen this dialogue before. Blah, 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 blah. Bide my time. Oh, no, not bide my time. Clothes make the man. That's right. I almost lost some hit points. Clothes make the man, Eustace. Is it? Oh, thanks, Edgeworth. That's good to hear. Now, with the jacket. Oh, all right, let's do it. Okay. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. Bide my time. And now we'll finally deploy our clue, and then that should be it, right? This will be the last thing we'll be done with this mind chess. But how do I get there? Tell me why, what do I need to do? I just don't know, I just don't know. If only he'd remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide as what he should do next. You're a different kind of prosecutor. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy, but the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. So here, take this gun. When the time comes, take it, you'll know what to do. Whoa! I'm glad my baton is not that gun. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself and in the path you've chosen. Sniffle, why are we yelling? Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings, that's right. Miles Edgeworth is too proper to say goons. And losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day. More than I can imagine. I don't know, I feel like you had a bad day once, Edgeworth.
DL6.
Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate. Oh, and we're done! My chess checkmate! Ah, how long was that? Was that like an hour and a half? Sniffle, sniffle, nah, 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 nah. Eustace, don't say it! Don't say it! Eustace, you're gonna get canceled! Don't say that word! Nah, no, no! Oh, it's just that word. That's fine. Kay's like, oh. Mr. Edgeworth, are you replacing me? You gonna adopt him instead of me?
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast.
Oh, wait, did he run? Did he leave? Okay, now that we're done with the mind chess, finally, I should read some chat. Queen said, yes, exactly. Smoking is a giant turnoff for me. It's a deal breaker for me, especially like actual tobacco. I mean, I find vaping really gross as well, but if I had to rank things, like tobacco, it's like, no, I'm sorry, no. Oak says, you don't put Pepper in your mac and cheese? You're missing out. No, Pepper is my cat. Oak, I don't put her in my mac and cheese. All that happens is while I'm fixing mac and cheese, Pepper uses the scratching post because she knows that if she uses it, I give her a treat. And she sees if I'm eating, she wants a snack as well. And I'm actually not exaggerating. Every time I go to fix food, she does that. Bubba said she'll use a scratcher and then like look up at me expectantly, like with very big hopeful eyes, because she knows that she gets one. She's very good at communicating the ways I've trained her to. Bubba says same thought. You don't? Castle says the very deceptive difference between a smoking hot single ant and a smoker hot single ant. You get it, Castle. You get it. Nora said I hate Pepper. What, Nora? But she's my cat. Nora says the only Pepper I like is Logan's cat. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried. Quickity said, little does Logan know. Heh. Cypher says, I don't even know what you're talking about. Little do I know. I'm worried, though. Cypher says, that makes sense. Quickity said, something I said in spoiler chat. Something I still find funny about the whole thing in the kidnapping plot. How could those men not tell the difference between cowboy and your boss's own freaking child who is a teenager? Well, I mean, he's got the hair that goes like this. Maybe they thought those were the cow horns. And maybe because Eustace is just a little guy. And they both kind of have red clothes-ish. This is why, if you're ever a supervillain, you should bring the goons over to the house for dinner to meet the family sometimes. So that they don't ever accidentally kidnap your kid when they're supposed to kidnap some judge's kid celebrity. We get said one's taller than the other. Surely they thought the thought should have gone through their heads if this is correct or not. They're probably, hey, this guy isn't folding up into this trunk very well. Oh, well, he's a kid. Probably had a growth spurt. Vera said, fast music. Quickity said, unless the men were quickly hired by Mr. Winter very late last minute for the kidnapping, so they didn't have so they didn't know he had a son. Yeah, maybe they were just like temps. Quickity with the ad quote, maybe he'd like to be a candy maker. There's apparently openings for that. Bubba said, chat. Is the buffering for me? Is it buffering? Who else is buffering for? Quickity said, just you. Okay, I'm sorry, Bumble, you might have to refresh. I'm glad. We actually haven't had problems with buffering for a while. Bumble says, K, let me check out over on YouTube's chat. Let's see. Opinion says, oh yeah, Tumblr is also supposedly run by so few people, you can't even call it a skeleton crew at this point. It's like a single skeleton arm crew. Opinion says, still somehow functioning though, and I refuse to leave until it stops. Where else can I get that has zero forced algorithm? And then Eustace, and crying emo, says, mind chest therapy complete. Back here on Twitch. Let's see. Queen Katie says, I'm going to share a video in the Discord after this mind chess, but there's a video titled Logic Chess in a Nutshell, and it's literally a meaner version of this exact mind chess. Is it part of the In a Nutshell series? I've seen some of those videos. Crystal says, lurk, because I need a blanket. Because it's cold, because it's in the mid to upper 80s? Crystal adds a quote, and Vero also adds the quote, one needs to be deleted. Crystal says, oof. Oak says 86 degrees Fahrenheit is not cold. Are you insane? Bubba says 86 is warm or hot. Crystal says it's cold. Bubba says in Kelvin only. Crystal says it's cold for me. Bubba says apparently my room temperature is freezing for Crystal. Crystal says yes. Bubba says it's 71 and that is very comfortable. 86 is hot. I feel like I like around 72, 73. 73 I think is like ideal. Let's play some more of the game. Let me have a sip of water though. I think I earned some hydration from that mind chess. I still worry about how far behind I am, but I see that we're on slow mode, so maybe I'll catch up eventually.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast.
He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. Or running to. Maybe he's running to, like, the detention center to demand from his dad where or maybe he knows where his dad hid the evidence or has, like, an inkling of it. Oh, we're just back here. We're just back here. April 6, 1:15 p.m., big building, plaza. So we've only got like 45 minutes left till the deadline Gavel gave us, right? We wasted so much time. Oh, we don't have much time left. I like how the clock up there, they do have it changed. I think we better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse.
But Eustace ran off, right? Isn't he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge?
Oh, good point. Maybe he ran here. Kay, can you scooch into there and go see while Edgeworth looks for Sean? We are updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Franziska will continue for the prosecution.
Okay, is that really all right, though?
It's going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off. Oh, boop, boop, boop. Back in here again. Are we gonna have another long cutscene with all these guys? Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time. Shall we? I know we spent the last hour and 15 minutes, but again, come on. And then have a group hug. You know, and then I got this YouTube video I'd really like you guys to watch. No murder weapon means no conclusive proof, means no conviction. That's all there is to it.
Objection!
That makes no sense! The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence! Oh crap, there's the presumption of innocence. But we don't have that in this universe. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you! Eek! Harry, darling, how much longer is this gonna take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. But it's only almost like that, so it's not. Don't worry. Sorry, thieves. It's our friend, the prosecutor over there. Oh, she's stubborn as a freaking mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation.
This is such like quirky, lighthearted music for a trial.
Oh, I'll have to keep whipping you until you can. Oh, seriously, I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Oh, come on, Miles. What's taking you so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. Bring, bring. Oh, so sorry, G. This one's important. You mind if I take it? Fine. Boop. Moshi moshi.
Fender, I don't know what happened. I was in front of the bigger building. I'm in a black void now. Where am I? Fender, I'm scared.
Miles Areno, I'm here too. Am I ever glad to hear your voice? How are things on your end?
We found Eustace.
Oh, sweet. And the knife and the chisel?
Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care, which means that Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are.
Oh, Chairman Winner? But why would he?
Oh, hey. Maybe it wasn't a body that was buried in one of those kaiju footprints. Maybe it's the evidence. Maybe we just need to go and with one of the shovels from the garage, although we left it back there, and dig up one of the kaiju footprints, and that'll be where the evidence was hidden. And again, like everything else, the kaiju footprints, the body being there, that was just a camouflage. But then the question is why he would kill Dijun Wong. Maybe it wasn't even for anything really big, except that the guy stumbled upon him in the middle of burying the evidence. So maybe he was going to bury it, was going to break up the concrete, bury it, and then lay new concrete over it to cover it all up, which is a dumb idea because you'd be able to tell if the concrete had changed like that. Dijun Wong comes in, sees it, he kills him, then he's like, crap, now I gotta do something here. And so he puts a little cloven thing at the top of the one area to make it look like a kaiju footprint, makes two more, lays his body there. No, except because it was fairly premeditated the way that murder happened, because it was with the table. Maybe that was just an accident. Maybe he's there, it's oh, Dijon Wang, and then the heater just overheats, hits the things, and then the head falls on him, kills him, and Excelsior is well, hot diggity darn, that is very convenient for me. Dead body, just when I needed one. All right, anyway, Chairman Winner, but why would he? We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winner and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about.
Gotcha. All right, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winner on the stand.
Oh?
Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? And since the real horse is dead, Horace Knightley, Bronco Knight, whatever the crap his name is, we'll settle for this guy.
I'll keep looking for the missing evidence, and for Sean.
Well, shake a leg, will you, big guy? Oh, can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here.
Understood. Beep. I wonder how long Judge Cavell's nerve can hold, and how to get out of this black void. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry!
How are things over at the courtroom of doom?
I gotta read some more in the chat though. By the way, we are getting close-ish to the 2.5 hour mark in the stream. So now would be a good time to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions over on Twitch. I did, however, see a thing because I've been trying to figure out how to do raid stuff on YouTube. And I watched a live stream that ended with a sort of raid. It had a little pop-up message that said, people are going over to this other channel and there's like a button you could click to go there. I need to figure out how to do that. If anybody knows how, please teach me. Let's see. Vero says 86 is just a nice day. Well, that's because you live where it's 130 sometimes. Crystal says exactly. Vero gets it. Queen Gator said, yeah, I'm pretty sure Crystal said the temp was in the hundreds before. Crystal says it's cold. Magpie says 86 Fahrenheit is absolutely not cold. It's quite warm. Oak says, I get it being hot, but not hot, but that's not cold. Boba said, yeah, but 86 is not in any way cold. Nora said, check DMs. Oak said, now people in different areas feel temperature in different ways, but unless you live in the sun, 86 degrees is not cold. Crystal said, yeah, 100 Fahrenheit is my normal. Oak said, I can understand if 86 is not hot for you because of where you live, but I refuse to believe that 86 is cold for anyone. Crystal says, I'm being bullied by randoms in chat. Broken heart. Queen Gaty hugs Crystal. Vera said, it's okay, Crystal, I got you. Said, it's like 86 right now and the sun isn't out. Oak said, okay, but you could have at least agreed that 86 isn't cold. Nora said, oh, check DMs. Crystal said, look, okay, I need to get my blanket. Vera says, yeah, it's not cold. Oak says, I can understand if 86 is not cold, but if you can't be cold. So much talk about 86 degrees. Oak says, exactly, Crystal, even Vero, who lives in the sun, agrees. Queen Gator said, in the fan translations, Logic Chess Part 1, for real now, Sebastian, quote, that way, I can help him regain his repetition. I love it! I love it. It's like the word thing that I do is real. Miles, I think you mean reputation. In the official version, it's clear as name versus clean as name versus clear as name. Fan translation wins. I bet if the fan translation didn't exist, they probably would have gone with repetition, reputation, because that's like perfect right there. But because it's in the fan translation, they probably like, we can't use anything in it. That includes no character names, no wordplay or anything like that. Vera said, it's cold, but not burr. Oak at the timestamp 1:44:44. I'm still 35 minutes behind. Boba says mugshot, I believe. Quiggity says mugshot. Oh, that's what we're talking about, like when you get a picture taken when you're a prisoner. Yes, the mugshot. Nora said it was, in fact, mugshot. Castle says it's an impromptu photo shoot, darling. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all. Impromptu photo shoot. Crystal says, cool, therefore it's cold. Crystal with the unlurk. Bumba says, under the bed. Oak says, there's a difference. Also, Vera's country's hotter than yours. Crystal says, still. Vera says, popcorn. Oak says, how is 15 degrees under your average considered cold? Average temperature here is like 60 to 70, and I would not say 45 to 55 degrees is cold. I think once you get in the 40s, that does get pretty chilly. That's like, you need a jacket, you know? Crystal says, if I delete Oak's messages, I will win /HJ. Vera says, laughing. Castle says, Logan, please, I don't want to think about Excelsius getting any. Well, he fathered a child. He smushed his parts against someone else's parts to create that child. Crystal says, depends on the location you specifically live in. In the town I live in, it's cold. Crystal says, Eustace wasn't spawned randomly, I'm afraid. Castle says, I can pretend. It's like how you never want to think about your own parents doing that type of stuff, you know? Queen Gator said, those of you in spoiler chat, I just thought of a very hilarious joke. Do check if you will. Castle says, the only thing I have to add to the temperature war is puts on suburban dad fit. If it's not the heat that gets you. It's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. Oh, what a dad thing to say. An opinion over on YouTube says, I like Eustace messing up phrases more than messing up single words. It just feels more fun to me. And that's fine too. To each their own. I just like the idea of reputation going to repetition, but that's just me. If you prefer clean your name versus clear your name, that is totally fine as well. All right, let's play some more. I'll eventually get caught up to chat though, but once again, now's a good time to keep an eye out for raid suggestions.
How are things over at the courtroom of doom?
They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them? Do we want to get in there? Do we want to help cross-examine him?
Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of? Murder?
Oh, right. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna murder somebody, almost every other crime is not beneath you. Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we have relating to him just in case it might help.
Good idea! All right, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence fresh from the evidence oven.
The gloves we found in his garage. Yes, I was thinking of those. Anything else?
What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winter was involved in that, right?
Yes, He helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. Are these already in our organizer? Oh, it just disappeared. Oh, there it is. There it is. The gloves are. Is the IS7 case file is not. And I just wanna look at Penny. I love you, Penny. I love you, Penny. Yeah. Okay. Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. IS7. Oh, now it's in the organizer. Incident case file. Data jotted down by organizer. Case info related to the incident from 18 years ago. Does it mention the kids? Is there still a chance that, like, Gavel is one of the kids? I know you guys keep saying that they said son, but we don't know. Where is it? From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts are currently unknown. Or it might be Rosie Ringer's dead lover. We gotta find out the identity of at least one of these kids, if not both of them. Excellent. And do we have anything else?
We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this.
This feels like her pin. This feels like a recap right before we're gonna take like a chapter break. So does that mean, are we almost to the end of whatever page how many more pages, Queen Katie, do we have in your thing there? Your Tagarasu pin. Okay, surely this will never be important. I asked for evidence related to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously? It's gonna somehow be important. Is there anything mentioned then in the Atagarasu pin? Oh, that's right, we can click it, we can examine it. This is the pin Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of the Atagarasu and is very eye-catching indeed. I can't imagine any thief other than Kay would want to wear it. Can we flip it over? The backside? Okay, nothing else. But that means there'll be something important about it.
Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything.
I just want all the content the devs created. They worked hard on this game. I want to enjoy it to its fullest. No, that's different. Hi, Eustace. Hi. Can we borrow your shovel? I have a thought where evidence might be. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Oh, wow, why is it bright outside? I don't know how the passage of time works. Hey, what are you doing here? Wow!
Rude, he totally ignored me. We're both age appropriate, I want to start dating him.
What was he doing in the big building, I wonder? I don't know. By the way, when was the last time we saved? We should probably keep saving. I think we saved right after we did the mind chest, but I'm gonna save again. Just because it's good to keep doing that periodically. Also, why are we not, like, chasing after him?
Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he's up to.
One of you follow him and one of you go inside. Yes, good idea. All right, apparently not important. Back on top. Huh? The hatch is wide open.
Maybe Eustace opened.
Oh, that's a good idea. That would make sense. Maybe that's where the evidence was placed. We should have asked him. Did Eustace really come down here?
Mr. Edgeworth, look!
What is it? It's something. Oh! The safe was closed before, wasn't it? It's open.
The safe is open.
I guess maybe he did come down here. We'd better take a closer look. But first, I want to click everything else. I want to see what. All right, just gonna look around.
Look at this, a giant monkey head, and the monkey has a top knot.
It's the mascot of Global Studios. It showed up in a previous case of mine. This is great. We get to investigate it all with Kay as a sidekick, because last time she had amnesia.
Oh, I think I've heard of him, Mr. Monkey. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Monkey.
Close, Kay, but not quite. I think you'll find it's Mrs. Monkey. Didn't we decide that he was wrong about that in the previous game? And Kay's right.
Is that so? Shame. Shame. You probably look at step ladders and call them ladders. Is Mr. Monkey? I can see his wiener right over there. The chat can't see it because the door frame is in the way, but it is there and it is confusingly large. Mr. Monkey sounds way cooler, don't you think?
All right, look at the money. It's the money from the underground auction. Perhaps it would be better if Kay didn't see it.
Stealing money is kind of a big thing with thieves right now.
I mean, right now. There are trends in thievery.
But don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm no fashion victim. I'm my own great thief. They broke the mold when they made this Yatagarasu.
Then I guess we'd better let her continue to believe that stealing money is the latest thing. Can we look at the elevator? I doubt there would be much point in descending to the committee chamber right now.
A secret elevator and a secret ladder and a secret storeroom. Whoever built this place sure loves secrets.
They certainly seem to. Do you think that's important somehow?
Sure do. Us great thieves love secrets too. We're almost as good at hiding stuff as we are at stealing it.
I like the laughing sprite. That's adorable. In fact, I'm going to leave it on there for a little while. I catch up more in chat because I'm still so far behind. Let's see. Crystal says to Castle, if you say so, my friend. I think Oak had the Ace Attorney breakdown. Crystal says the humidity in the Philippines sucks. Castle says, I feel like I'm justified in not wanting to think about bad fathers bonking. Quiggett said, thank you, Logan lol. I was gonna do toilet duck alert, but it broken. Cypher says, the only one who made it to the end was the female robot. You know, female robots are nice. I love Ponko. Bubba says, maybe I might try, but I don't expect it to work. Then again, if it does, it will really get Logan. And there's a Tomcat still doesn't work. Cypher says, the androids won their rights at least. Bubba says, nope. Insta refund. Quiggita said, this is the good part of the mind chess. What I hope for with Eustace, he grows up and becomes a mentor for the Themis Academy trio from Dual Destinies. Yeah, because that is a 7-year time skip, so he's gonna be older. I would like that. I would really like that. Quiggett said, love how Logan is doing this backwards, lol. Oh, with all the choices. I got there eventually, though. Castle says, I feel like I had this exact conversation with my therapist a while back, which is just to say that Edgeworth is definitely not getting paid enough for this conversation. Quiggett said, I'm going to just post the other mind chest stuff after this, I guess, because I don't know if Logan will skip to the second one I was going to post. He went straight to the third one I was going to post last. Bubba says, Castle, I somewhat said this earlier. The mind chest is an impromptu therapy session with Eustace. Castle says, nice. I wasn't in chat earlier. You got me. Ha ha. Oak says, ad quote, milk me and drink it. Cypher says, milk? Never heard that phrase. What, the milk of human kindness? No, that's a phrase. I want to say, isn't that from like Charles Dickens or something like that? I don't know where it originally originated though. I could be wrong about it being Dickensian. Maybe it's Shakespearean. Quiggett said, fan translation logic chess part 2. Sebastian, I don't want your putty. Just leave me alone. Miles, I believe you mean pity. In the official version, it's glass of human kindness versus milk of human kindness. That one, although I like the wordplay with putty versus pity, I enjoyed our little riff on milk as well. So I think that one's a bit of a draw. Quiggett said, okay, for the last one, it sort of comes, it's sort of the same thing, but instead, Sebastian says, clothes fake the man. I think that's what Pops used to say. He knew all along I was a fake. Oh, that's so much better. Fake the man. Cause that works. Says, I love this man so much. In the official version, it's clothes make the man versus clothes make you a man versus clothes make the man. Also, yes, Grammarly tried to correct all of these as I typed. And Oak with some raid suggestions. I'm going to copy these down into my text file right now. Because later on, when we get to the 3-hour mark, we are actually going to need to start paying attention to this stuff. So thank you very much, Oak. I am copying both of these over. Wait, the first one. Have we rated that one before? I am not sure, but I'm copying them both down. Thank you very much, Oak. Crickety says, captions, Phoenix has true capital letter C. Crystal adds a quote. Quiggett said, congrats, Logan, you're free from the dreaded mind chess. Now we just have to the rest of page 2, and yes, we're still not done, and 3 more pages on the guide. Oak says, I need to know what everyone here would do for a Klondike bar. I would do anything. I would do anything for a Klondike bar. No, that's not true. I would not say a swear word for a Klondike bar. Nora said, oh, sorry, chat, I'm still here just doing a lot of drawing. Oak said, because Nora said she would kill someone, the most I would do is pay like 75 cents. Also, I'm lurking, trying to fix some audio stuff on my computer. Crystal says, speaking of pepper, ... cat treats, Logan. Thank you for the reminder. I will try to remember to do that soon, Crystal. Queen Katie says, ad quote, this is why, if you're ever a supervillain, you should bring the goons over to the house for dinner to meet the family sometime. I think that's good advice. Queen Katie said, posted the video in the Discord, spoiler tagged, of course. And Crystal with the timestamp, 2:13:13. I'm only 20 minutes behind. I'm getting caught up. Let's play some more game then.
But don't worry, I won't go to your house and hide your Persian slippers, I promise.
I don't even own any. It's a Persian rug I have. The slippers are velveteen. I don't know there. The legs are 4 human figures holding up the tabletop in the center. It's certainly bold.
And it would certainly keep you safe if you hid underneath it during an earthquake. Tons of stuff could fall on top of it and it still wouldn't break.
Yes, and then you'd be trapped in the company of these 4 strange fellows.
Maybe I want a man harem. What'd you call that? Instead of a harem, it's a him-bub. Instead of harem, him-bub, you get it? Oh, it wouldn't be me trapped under there. I wouldn't be trapped with those 3 burly naked men. Excuse me, 4. It wouldn't be me trapped with those 4 burly naked men. It would be those 4 burly naked men trapped with me. Great thieves mostly work outdoors. No, it'd probably be you down there trying to think of what to talk to them about. You ever talk to burly naked men, Mr. Edgeworth?
Why don't you get under there now and practice? Oh, okay. I thought it was Edgeworth.
Why don't you get under there now and practice a few lines? By which I mean lines of cocaine. Let's be honest, Red White, he clearly was a coke addict.
No, thank you. You hear that, Kay? I was smart enough and strong enough to say no to drugs. Can I look at, I want to look diagonal. There we are.
Let's see. Oh, sorry. Let's see. That's 1, 10, 100.
What exactly are you counting, Kay?
The zeros on this side here. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. So that's 2,400,000. Oh my goodness. That is higher than Frieza's power level at the end of the Namek saga. 2,400,000 pounds! This must be the heaviest statue in the world, because surely it's just talking about weight.
Heavy enough that there would be nothing but a hole in the floor if that were true. So that's the statue. Apparently I can't look at just the luggage. Sorry, I'm clicking everything, but this is fun. This is whimsical. This is the transceiver the killer contacted us on.
This is Yanagarasu! Repeat, Yanagarasu! Come in, Mr. Edgeworth. Over!
What was that?
We have successfully infiltrated 451 of the big building. Over! Transmitting my position now. Over!
I'm standing right next to you, Kay. There's no need to transmit anything.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk yet. I gotta wait for you to say over.
Over.
No way! You got here already? How'd you do that? Over.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but can we please get back to our investigation? Soon this investigation will be over. Over.
Request to regroup and
Crap, this is one of those words I always mispronounce.
I
hate this word. I hate this word. And this is actually the second time today I have seen this word written, like for reals. And earlier I was thinking, oh man, I hate this word. It's so hard to pronounce. I'm gonna have Google say it for me. Hang on. Google, say the word for me.
Reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter. Reconnoiter. Reconnoiter.
I hate that word. Like that is a word that I like legit have, I'm frustrated with.
Can do. Over.
Good, then let's get to it.
Roger that. Over and out.
Okay, any more here? We can look at the box.
They wrapped this box in chains so nobody could open it, huh?
Yes, as you can see.
So I wouldn't just need my rope craft skills to escape. I'd need to learn some chain work too. It's hard being a great thief these days.
That's such a cute sprite. Thief problems. Now there's a type of quandary I've never thought about before. I should probably read some more in the chat because this isn't even an official investigation. It's just me enjoying time with my adopted daughter. Queen says, another spoiler clip incoming. Rip salute to Ray, who is whipped for every year he's been alive, aka 36 whips, according to the fan translation. Okay, so hang on. Queen Katie has a clip here. I'm guessing this is what you mean as a spoiler clip. So once again, just a reminder in case we've got any new people here. Occasionally, Queen Katie and a few other people post spoiler clips, which are clips where I guess something may be right, maybe wrong, maybe accidentally foreshadow something, and it would be a spoiler to say, so we see it later. It's from 4 months ago, titled Salute Fender, featuring Franziska.
Right? She's so above it all that no one dares to go against her. I bet she doesn't even need to crack the whip with the animals. The eyes go from starry to steely, and suddenly it's sit, stay.
I can think of somebody who very much enjoys cracking the whip.
Oh, you can, huh? Sounds like a real piece of work.
Okay, no. If he knows all about Manfred von Karma, there's no way he doesn't know Franziska.
Come on, Miles Areno, spill the beans.
Trust me, Fender, one crack of her whip, and you'll be running for the courthouse doors. No, he took 36.
Franziska does deserve love, too.
He took 36, either just because he's that dedicated to the cause, or because he found out that he's into it. You know, we don't judge. Let's see, over on YouTube, Opinion says, I love you clicking on everything. Kay and Edgeworth are so funny. Okay, I'm glad, because I love doing it. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I'm going to read a few more comments here. Crystal says, what? Nora said, where did Vero go? Crystal says, I think Vero got killed again. Crystal, you're the one who killed Vero last time. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I see because Crystal's posting the typos document. That reminds me, don't forget, the confessions link is still available if people want to post their embarrassing hear me outs to be read on stream in a few weeks. Quickita said, yes, it actually says that the fan translation. I'll show with the spoiler chat. Crystal says, that's crazy. Quickita said, oh my gosh, Logan, my favorite artist, got in a metaphor. Wait, got in a metaphor? They drew an adorable Gallica on Pro Tag, posted the Persona channel. Okay, I have to stop everything and see this. This is important. This is more important than anything. Anything at all. Oh, hang on. I got some bunch of notifications on my screen. Apparently, I got a few TikTok notifications. Okay, I gotta see this. This is more important than anything that is happening here. It's the most important thing ever. It's the most important thing. Okay, there it is. There's the picture. There's the picture, but we're gonna zoom in on Gallica because she's the most important part of that. There we go. There's our Gallica crumbs for the night. Thank you very much, Queen Katie, for posting that. Let's see. Queen Katie said, don't mind me. I was screaming for a bit in the spoiler chat. Broken heart about what? Cypher says, I'm going to bed. Good night, chat. Good night, Cypher. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Crystal with some more raid suggestions. Let me copy these over into our text file as well. Because how much time do we have like 20 minutes until the 3-hour mark. We can totally finish this area. This area is going to be easy because we just need to look in the safe, right? But I'm going to copy these over right now. Crystal, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let me read just a couple more comments. Let's see. Crystal says, night-night to Cypher. Queen Gator said, I'm shaking for reasons. Reasons I cannot say today. Is it something I said? Did I say something that needs to spawn shaking? I hope that means I guessed something either really, really right or really, really wrong. Nora says, I've made the decision to make a Logan subreddit? I don't know what to think about that. Am I gonna have to sign up for Reddit now? Chat, I don't want to become a Redditor. Are you gonna make me become a Redditor? Crystal says, link, Nora, give link. Nora says, got you a Discord. Crystal adds a command. Oh crap, there's a command for this Reddit now. I will check that out later. I'm gonna copy the link over into my text file as well, so I can take a look at this afterward. Oh boy, I don't know about this. This seems like a very bad idea to me. Let's see. There's some more commands going on. Crystal makes the Reddit command. Oak says, regoop. Crystal says, awesome. Magpie says, I'm an English major, and I don't think I've ever seen Recogniter. Again, this is the second time in one day that I've seen it. You want to know where the other one was? Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to show you guys where the other one was real quickly here. So just to prove it, so you guys know I'm telling the truth. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. This might be too difficult to do. I gotta scroll. I'm almost there. Wait just a little bit longer. This is important. I don't know why this is important. It's not really important, but I'm gonna pretend it's important. And Where is it? That's not it. Is it the next one? Oh yeah, here it is. Vero posted this Transformers comic book page on Discord earlier. And down here in the corner, if I can zoom in on it, we have Ironhide, a character I really like usually, saying it. Look at that. I recoinitured. Right there. It's the second time in one day I've had to deal with that word, and I even looked at it. and I just thought about how much I hate that word because I can't pronounce it right. It was right there, but thank you, Vero. I appreciate that. Okay, twice in one day. And I'm chasing away viewers over on YouTube. I just noticed the number just ticked down. I don't know why, like they always say like never look at your viewers numbers, it'll discourage you. Unless it like drops a lot, I don't think I ever get really discouraged. I just laugh and think I did something dumb. Thief problems, now there's a type of quandary I never thought about before. Okay, we already looked at that. We can look at these masks.
Doesn't take a genius to spot that there's something missing here.
Indeed. The Jammin' Ninja mask you were found with. I hope the events of 2 nights ago aren't weighing on you too heavily, Kay.
Yeah, masks down here. Cotton candy store up above.
Yeah, that really sucked.
All we need is a Ferris wheel and a rifle range, and we get ourselves a fairground.
I want one of those things where instead of a rifle range, like with rifle, I want the squirt guns you squirt into like the mouth of the thing, and then the balloon inflates, and then it pops. Oh, well, that's what you were talking about. Seems I needn't have worried at all. She's a resilient young lady.
Don't you just love climbing up and down ladders? Go 2 runs at a time, you'll be up top in a flash.
We're not going anywhere until we take a closer look at the safe over there.
Well, then hurry up and look. Why are we looking at all this other stuff? We've spent like 20 minutes wandering around here. Then hurry and look, we got ladder climbing to do.
Trust Kay to get her priorities exactly the wrong way around. Can I look at the blue badger thing down here? No, because I already looked at the box, right? I just want to make sure I get everything else because it might advance the story. So save, and then we're going to look at that. Save. I honestly can't tell if we've gotten a lot done today or very, very little, because it simultaneously feels like both, but I'm here for it. All right, can Edgeworth look at the naked woman? No, we'll go straight here.
There's stuff left in the safe!
Oh, it's the chess set from the second chapter! And the ring is from the Artie Frost one. Okay, but I don't see the knife or the chisel. Unless maybe Eustace came up here and he... Okay, I guess before, what if Excelsius had hidden them, like buried them in the dirt next door, but he put them in the safe apparently, and it looks like Eustace found them. He went running off toward the lot. He's not gonna like, no, because he wouldn't bury them over there because there's no point in trying to bury them. Is he gonna try and like destroy them somehow? Like no, because he's good now. He's good now. I don't know why. Why was he running? I think we'd better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. It's a document of some kind.
Let's see. Yeah, it's a document. I've seen many documents in my day. I can't read, though. You're going to have to read. I'm illiterate. A document, and there's a photo attached too.
It's going to be like a photo of Excelsius and Lagarde together or something like that. I would like a photo of Penny Nichols. We already have one. I'd like another. Thank you, please. Very much, game. Oh, it's Bronco Knight. This picture, it's of... See, I still think that maybe Lagarde lied to us about her motivation for killing him. And that it was Excelsius's orders. And he said, here's what he looks like. You got to kill this man.
Wow, that's Mr. Knight, right?
Crap, I gotta do the Knight voice. The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard.
Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's all the paperwork about?
I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. Oh, there's gotta be Fifi Lagarde writing this because it says, darling, you were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondence chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis's lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. Laid to rest makes it sound like buried. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe. Excelsius was digging over next door last night, but it wasn't to bury anything. It was to dig up something. They're retrieving a package. Something, whatever was happened 12 years ago, has to be related to whatever killed Rosie Ringer's boyfriend, right? That's why he had the cement. He does it. He digs up something and then makes the other holes to hide it. The question is it still there? I would assume not. Because if he had the time to do all the other stuff and to deal with Dijun Wang's body, he probably retrieved it. But that's what I'm going to say, that's his motivation. So it's probably not even still there. But that's where it was. That's why because I keep saying the kaiju footprints has to have been to camouflage the fact that one of those was in an intentional place to get to something underneath. So it wasn't to bury body, it wasn't to bury evidence, it was to dig up something. So 12 years ago, it was probably like an empty lot over there. Something was buried. Or maybe they used 3 because they couldn't figure out exactly where it was because it looks so different now. It's like, not here. Yes, okay, I'm going with that. I'm sticking with that. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. Was there a planter over there? Have we seen a planter anywhere? Planter? It seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, it must be from right around the time he was killed. Where have we seen a planter? Maybe it isn't next door. Maybe it's something else. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't you?
I'd say so. It's a darling.
Nobody else says that. Nobody says that.
But who was it written for?
Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. For whom was it written? Not whom. I know it's confusing because there's a verb right after it, but the verb is actually, it corresponds to it. It was written, even though who was it written. So you gotta understand, it is the subject in that sentence. Should be whom because that's the object.
I guess whoever owns the safe.
I'd say that's likely to be auctioneer Excelsius Widder himself.
Proof that they really did know each other.
Indeed, and not only that, it proves another connection. Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Caddis's henchmen. So bad guys were against other bad guys?
Oh, you mean Body Harmon Caddis, right? The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs.
Well, one dog, at least. Yes, something links the 3 of them. Something they don't want anybody to know.
But what?
I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case.
Report on Knight data jotted out of my organizer.
Report from Warden Lagarde to Chairman Winner about the connection between Knight and Caddis. I could have some water. We gotta be getting close to the end of this section, right? We're just gonna have to find a good, I don't know, cliffhanger pretty soon. Let me read some more in the chat, because I'm probably still very far behind. Nora says, I have it restricted, by the way, so random people don't post random stuff not related to Logan in the Reddit. Don't worry, nobody's gonna find it. Nobody is gonna Google me, let alone find a Reddit about me, but I appreciate your enthusiasm, even if I don't want to be a Redditor. Quickgator said, yes, Logan, you did. You caused shaking rage that I must withhold for now. Rage? Rage? That I must withhold for now? Rage? Rage. Nora says, LoganRobo Redditor in the big 2025. Crystal's, oh, look at that, I'm almost caught up to chat. I should take a look over on YouTube. Let's see, Opinion says, 12 years ago. Ace Attorney and their incidents X years ago. It never gets old. At least they're doing different numbers. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 18 years ago, 12 years ago. It'd be boring if it was always the same number of years. But okay, let's play a little bit more, but I'm almost caught up to chat. In fact, because I'm almost caught up to chat, we could probably turn slow mode off for right now, I think. There we go. All right, let's keep going.
Wait, there's something else here we've seen before.
There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, so it was his ring. For some reason, I thought it was the stamp. Wasn't there like an Artie Frost? Oh crap! What was his name? His initials? PH. Whatever. Paul Halik. I thought that was on a stamp, but it was his ring.
It's a ring and an expensive-looking one at that.
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't say anything.
Well, well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. I was gonna save right there, but actually no, we can find a better cliffhanger than this. We can find a much better cliffhanger than this.
So basically, the safe was full of evidence from the murder in the prison.
It would seem so.
Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Let's see. A chess set, a ring, and a document. None of those things are knives or chisels. Knife, chisel, knife, chisel. No dice. No dice, no knives, no chisels. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff.
Really?
Curses!
Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth! It was like Manfred said, you are my curse. Our game isn't over yet. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Knight's possessions data jotted down by organizer. A pocket chess set and a ring found in the safe in the auction storeroom. Mr. Edgeworth, are you seeing this? A green arrow just appeared above our heads. What are you talking? Oh, that was right. It's gone. Oh, it's back. Okay, we must retreat. Run away. Do you think it's safe? Let's creep up on it. Let's see if we can escape before it returns. Oh, there it is. Oh, crap. I accidentally clicked too far. Oh, it just takes us up. I thought we were going to have to click the ladder. Okay. My guess, the cotton candy vendor, I'm guessing it's going to turn out to be Shelly the Killer. Again, just like he would sell hot dogs and stuff like that.
Could I interest you too in some cotton candy, perhaps?
I was right! Hey! Hi, Mr. the Killer.
I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan.
You! The Killer! Wait, where's your cotton candy? You said you have cotton candy. You're still holding your ice cream, bro. They didn't give you assets for cotton candy? Let's see. Quick said captions. I'm an English major, and I don't think I've ever seen Rick. Magpie says, well, also true. Quick said, hey, you finished some Final Mind chests. I'd say that's huge progress. I still have my rage. Well, you know, despite all your rage, you're still just a bat in a cage. Crystal says, rah. Nora says, people have posted Logan on our clips before. Wait, really? What? Can you link me? I need to see this. I need evidence that this happened. Nora said it's just him reacting to bits, copious amounts of bits. Jorge gives Logan copious amounts of money. Oh, okay, that's happened before. That's happened a couple times. I thought it was me being clever, but no, it's just Jorge being awesome. Nora says Vero has given Logan copious amounts of money. A lot, yes. I think Jorge still has the championship down pat on that. Quick said, whoa, what deja vu? Is this case 1 all over again? I know. I like it when things are, what do they call it? Is that chiasmic? Because chiasmic was a form of, I think, Hebrew poetry where it's like A, B, C, B, A, where it's symmetrical, where you end where you started. It feels like a very satisfying conclusion that way, you know? Let's see, Quick said, get it? Because this is a similar location to Gourd Lake. Oh, even like just the way it's laid out with the stand over here. Ooh, I never really thought about that before. We still gotta find a planter somewhere though. And Nora says 5,000 bits is actually insane. These clips are wild. I know, right? And there, 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 10 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, I think we can find a better cliffhanger than this though. So let's play just a little bit more. Just give me that. Let me play a little bit more, okay? Tequila!
It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing here? It's just as I said. I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some parting clouds, it's called? Very apt.
I feel like if you encountered somebody like this, and you know he's not trying to kill me, like he seems like he's actually trying to help us, I'd say take the cotton candy. Don't eat it, but there's probably gonna be something hidden in it, like some little message or something like that.
Sweeter than death itself, and so delicious you'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven.
He's the last person on earth I'd accept any candy from. Well, don't eat it.
I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you?
Have you been watching us this whole time?
Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point.
How are the two things any different? And what does he want with us? The president's murder! Was that you?
Oh, no. My contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know.
Wait, the president? They had a lot of people tried and then failed?
The man no one could kill, notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it.
And he was like paranoid too, right?
It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe.
Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found.
And after Mr. Rook died to save him too. As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention.
Thanks to? What does that mean? See, I said there was something more to their connection, right?
The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target.
Okay, so he wasn't really going after the president. It was Bronco. It was Bronco Knight that he was supposed to try and kill.
A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That's why I'm currently doing all I can to track him down.
Okay, so no, so it wasn't Bronco Knight then that betrayed him. But it wasn't Sebastian Rook either, so then... Okay, I guess it was Excelsior's winner.
And you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person.
Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Except the problem is, like, Excelsior's winner is already going to jail for murder. And that's a capital crime in this universe. So, again, we don't need to convict him of another murder. Unless somebody else gets wrongly accused, because what are they going to do, execute him twice?
Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time.
Yeah, what are you going to do when you find them?
I dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course.
What are you saying? What's going to happen to them?
I think you can imagine.
Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up.
But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know.
All right, we're going to get a nice little twist as we get ready to wind down the stream pretty soon tonight.
Our mutual friend, Body Harmer Canis. He escaped 3 days ago. You think that would have been on the news? Serial killer escaping? No, not on the news. Not on the news.
I don't like that it's silent, though. I think I need some, like, music in the background, but I'm going to save, though, right there, just in case, and keep going, see if we can find maybe a better spot there. What? Oh, he just disappeared!
3 nights ago, to be precise, his cell was suddenly simply empty.
Well, maybe he didn't escape. Maybe he died. Maybe he got killed. Maybe Excelsius murdered him. You know, maybe there was something hidden. Maybe went out there, kaiju footprint, digging up whatever this thing was to take out the package and then burying Body Harmer Canis. Maybe he's dead.
Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit.
Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for?
Now, I better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure.
Okay, there we go. So that's a good place. let me fully catch up and chat again. Let's see, you gotta scroll up just a little bit here. Quiggin said, well, technically there's a very good cliffhanger after the scene, but it's your stream. So should we go like a little bit more? Like how far after? And you gotta remember Logan time here and how it operates. Is it gonna be like, oh yeah, you just gotta go through a few things, a little bit of dialogue here and there and whatever.
Oh, now I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see what it is. I kind of want to see. Nora says, "Oh, I got 4 whole subs yesterday. It was actually insane nice. Yeah, because I saw when I popped in your stream, one of the other chatters was a subscriber." Nora said, "And rated by someone with 9 viewers. Nice." Nora says, "Oops." Crystal says, "I think it's just a subs month or something because I got a total of 8 subs in the past 4 days." Yeah, it's a something where there's a discount going on right now where if you gift sub 5 subs, you get a 35% discount. Because I've gotten some as well, so enjoy those. I probably, if I was a good streamer, I'd be like encouraging people to do that and spend money, but I feel like I feel dirty trying to tell people to spend money on me. Nora says, "Wowzers." Oh, and I got my $50 minimum before yesterday's stream, meaning I got a lot of money. Money. You misspelled it twice. Money. Quicketa said, "I may or may not be jealous of you right now, Nora. I'm still at 30. Bumbo says, "Good night." Quicketa said, like right after Shelly Tequila leaves. Okay, Bumbo, don't say good night yet. We're gonna see if it, like how right after this is. Let's try this. Let's see if we can go just a little bit further then and see what this big cliffhanger is. Because this, as much as I like this, if we start next stream, it's like, boom, 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 boom. This music isn't very exciting to start a stream. But let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to ground in the end. Or you'll run him underground, Shelly the Killer. First, the Killer. Now, Canis. 2 assassins on the loose. What? Exciting music playing? Huh? That sound! It's exciting music! So he hears this? This is actually happening? Maybe they're filming a scene next door. They've restarted shooting? Did they find Sean? Mr. Edgeworth! It's Judge Cavell's cell phone. Oh, that's her ringtone? Maybe she heard. Oh, it's the kidnapper! We're gonna find out if Sean's dead. Could it be Sean? Beep. Hang on. Moshi, I am Judge Verity Cavell. Yes. Hello? Then whoever it is knows it's me. Okay, I'm gonna guess it's Canis. How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is using a voice changer. Okay, so it's a voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Okay, so, but that can't be Canis, because the first time we saw the raincoat person was while he was still in prison, right? Or, because I'm assuming this ties to the red raincoat of the first case, or maybe it is Canis? Maybe it'll be a surprise? Who could it be? Red raincoat? Oh yes, that's been an important thing in this game. You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo, well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth, put it on speakerphone! Sorry, where's the speakerphone button? I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. He wasn't calling you a curveball. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, you know that Sean kid you're supposed to find? He kinda dead. Turns out it's hard to keep children alive. I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Rosie Rigger. Oh, so he is in the Big Bad. He was answering to somebody else. Is this it? Is this the cliffhanger? This seems like a cliffhanger. Right here, that we've now found the red raincoat man is the big bad. Nora said, oh, Nora with a bunch of raid suggestions. Oh, and one of them's Quiche. Love Quiche's streams. Let me copy these over into my text file as well. Thank you very much, Nora. Give me just a minute. We got a lot of raid suggestions tonight, so I really appreciate that. Quicketa says, I also have another spoiler clip, but I'm gonna save it for next Ace Attorney stream. Probably good. We'll be able to because we'll be able to start up with like a recap for what's been happening so far. But does that mean that this was the cliffhanger that you were talking about? And so we'll be able to have exciting stuff next time. Let's see. Nora said, "This is my time. This is my time." Moshi Moshi Batty Verity. I cut it off. Oh my gosh. Moshi Moshi Batty Verity speaking. Quicketa said yes. Nora said, "I don't know who Rosie Ringer is." She was the victim in the last case, the one that Kay was accused of killing, and she has some tie to this whole 12 years ago thing that she was trying to take revenge for. Quick said, case for victim. Nora says, oh, oops. Nora said, yep, this was the cliffhanger. Oak said, I'm sorry for lurking all stream. I've been working on audio stuff. It's okay. You have other responsibilities. We're going to be winding down fairly soon, though. Nora said, oh, I remember her. Never mind. There, I'm all caught up to chat. Also, looks like Crystal's posted a link tree over on YouTube. And so let me give you the rundown, just in case anyone's lurking here on Twitch or over on YouTube. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game and which is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, in case you could tell, and Metaphor Refantasio. Hang on, I'm clicking a thing here and something's all weird. I gotta fix this. So that means tomorrow is Friday. So tomorrow is going to be a Metaphor stream, so come and check that out. We are going to be picking up Sunday, where we're leaving off here in Ace Attorney Investigations. So yeah, let me take a look at the raid suggestions that we have and see who meets all the criteria for the raid. We got to find someone with a low number of viewers, playing a game that we'd like to see. Oh, and hang on, I forgot to add this one over to our list of possible raids. I got to make sure. So sorry, I'm just checking these out. And check these, Okay, so it looks like the person with the fewest number of viewers, we got a couple of them that are already offline. That one, I think, is offline as well. I think. So yes, it's going to be, the one with the fewest number of viewers is this one, who's playing a game I have never heard of before. It's titled A Tithe in Blood. And so we're going to go ahead and check that out. But also, by the way, there's a link tree that was posted over in the YouTube. That link tree contains all of my social media links. I think it's here on Twitch as well. So that has a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the stuff. Feel free to make use of it as you see fit. We have a great Discord community, but I know Discord's not for everybody. So check it out if you'd like, or ignore it. It's totally up to you. Let me go ahead and get the raid message here. I'm sure that somebody probably already posted, but I got to copy it over to my clipboard. There we are. Quick said, thank you for the very not so useless stream. Oh, you said Thanak, you, typo. Oak said, thank you for the very 86 degrees Fahrenheit stream. Made me smile. Quick said, see y'all next time for a slight funeral for one of our favorite bonds in Metaphor. I hope we'll be able to finish him off. It'll be the first Atlas game I'll have maxed out all of the bonds, social links, whatever we want to call them. Nora said, thank you for the useless stream. Nora says to Oak, check DMs after the raid. I have much to yap before you go to sleep. Says, yeah, Dark Bender 0. Oh, was that one of yours that you suggested? And Opinion over on YouTube said, excellent stream full of Eustace. I'm gonna head to bed. Have a good night, everyone. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here, for hanging out with me as always. It means the world to me that you would spend your time with me, because there's like so many other things you could be doing. I love and appreciate you all. I had a lot of fun tonight, even though so much of it was mind chess. But I had fun because of all of you. So thank you for being here. You're an amazing community. Again, I love and appreciate you all. You're amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow for Metaphor, and then we'll be back here Sunday to pick up from here. But for right now, enjoy the raid, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, Crystal says, thank you for the great stream. Thank you. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well.